If you're in a slip and fall accident, time is not on your side. Stores have video footage that's crucial evidence in your case. You've got to act quickly. Call Farah and Farah so we can preserve it before it disappears.
Orlando.
This report is sponsored by Mothers Against Drunk Driving.
For victims of drunk and drug driving, our grief is unique. But you are not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Call our 24-hour victim helpline at 877-MAD-HELP or visit mad.org.
Keep an eye out for an accident off to the shoulder on I-4 westbound before Lake Mary Boulevard. Traffic slowing down due to an accident. Multiple lanes are blocked on Florida's Turnpike southbound south of I-4. Move over and slow down if you see police activity or emergency vehicles on the roadways there. There's still some slowdowns on I-4 eastbound before US 27 and after State Road 429. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
Finish your high school diploma for you and your family. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free adult education centers near you. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
News Radio, WFLA, Orlando. Wednesday, the UCF Knights welcome Big 12 rival Oklahoma State with coverage starting at 6:30. Tip time at 7 p.m. Exclusively on your home for UCF Sports. FM 96.9 The Game, AM 740, and streaming on our absolutely free iHeartRadio app.
This, keep it on the down low here,
is the Dan Patrick Show.
But we're eventually going to get back to you're going to play a geographical schedule.
It could be a good thing.
So you're going to have 50 schools, but those schools you're going to be like, it'll be in the West, it'll be the Southwest, it'll be the Midwest, it'll be the East, it'll be the South. That's what's going to happen.
Almost breaking them into conferences.
Yes, go figure.
By location and develop rivalries?
They're going to be divisions, I think, in college football. Money trumps everything. And then they said, they'll never break, those contracts. They broke those contracts because the amount of money that was there. They tried to do it sooner than everybody thought they were going to. And then here we are, 2024. Now we're going to have that 12-team playoff. They tried to do it in 2023 because all those bowl games, I'm sorry, the Astro Blue Bonnet Bowl or the Pool and Weed Eater Bowl, we have some nice consolation prizes for you. We're talking big money here.
Dan Patrick.
The Dan Patrick Show. Weekdays 9 to noon on Fox Sports Radio Orlando, AM 810, FM 97.9. The Doug Gottlieb Show.
Is there a doctor here? We kind of do what we do because we want to have a really cool hot chick next to us, right? At the core of who we are as men, that's kind of part of the motivation. And so for Travis Kelce to, towards the end of a very, very good Hall of Fame career, to go like, hey, what if I just took my shot at the most famous woman on the planet? And he pulled it off? And now she's coming to his games? That's not a baller move. I don't know what is. It humanizes her. It makes him look like a complete stud. And again, I don't know the realness of a relationship. I can tell you, though, that if you're a famous person, and she's famous beyond all belief, you can't really date a nobody. You got to date somebody of some level. So it kind of works, right?
The Doug Gottlieb Show. This is Fox Sports Radio Orlando, AM 810, FM 97.9, and the iHeartRadio app. Tonight, the Magic are back at Kia for a meeting with Toronto. Our coverage starts at 6:30 with Magic tonight. Tip time is 7 p.m. Exclusively on your home for Magic Basketball. FM 96.9 The Game, AM 740, and streaming on our absolutely free iHeartRadio app.
Just call Mo. Visit justcallmo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1, Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeartRadio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeartRadio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good. Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers. The News Junkie is on. The 3 best friends you never knew you had, running through the most viral stories of the day. The News Junkie Sean Wasson with Sabrina and C-Lane.
It is Tuesday, March 4th, 2025. Watch
Lots to get to today. From will Democrats heckle Trump's big speech to updates on Gene Hackman's mystery death and LA officers busted for running a Gladiator fight club. Plus your calls, dispatches, emails, texts, and more. Hey there, Sabrina.
Hello.
Hello, C-Lane.
What's happening?
And hello to you. You can join us on the show today. All you have to do is send us a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch today. You can also watch the show on YouTube and twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. Your message is rolling right into the studio in real time. And it is the show. That's right. That's when you tell somebody about the News Junkie radio show. You spread the word. You go down the halls of your office and say, you got to listen to this. Go check them out on YouTube or twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. Whatever you got to do to spread the word today.
You work from home, go to your neighbor's house.
Just shout it out the window. Like slide the window open and then, hey, you got to hear this show.
I want my money now.
Maybe somebody hears it. I don't know. Like, we don't notice what's really happening, but if you share the show, it seems like it'll be a helpful thing on a Share the Show Tuesday. How's everybody doing on a Tuesday?
Good. How are you doing on a Tuesday?
I got myself lubed up this morning. Yeah, I have 6 shots, which is starting to get me in trouble with Courtney.
Same.
She does not like the allergy sprays I take because it's just getting more and more and more.
I mean,
so
you're not supposed to do that many.
No, you're not. I think
they
it says
say do not. I think it's 2 a day.
I think it says 1 to 2.
Which one are you taking?
Nasonex, I think. I don't know. Flonase.
Oh, Flonase. Yeah, I take that too.
Yeah. Flonase is the one that I take. And I started off like 2 could get me through the show. And now when I'm feeling like garbage and I'm fighting off this cold, I do like 6 and then a cough drop, and now my throat is just totally numb.
See, I don't even pick up the Flonase bottle without men.
Anybody.
I don't even pick up the Flonase bottle without 2 in each nostril.
Now, are you guys doing it the right way? Because there's a whole thing to it.
What am I supposed to do? I take it, and this is another thing I get in trouble for. I do 1 raw dog spray to make sure it's working, just into the world.
Oh, don't do that.
I got to make sure it's working. And then
I would do the same thing because it kind of looks like a needle, and then in the TV and movies, like you're supposed to kind of, get the air out, let it drip a little bit.
Okay, it's
but
working.
You're supposed to like point it towards your out of your nostril. Because if it's direct, it goes right in your throat, and it's no good for you.
Oh, I want it to go to my throat. I want it to go right to my throat. That's what I'm looking for.
All right. There should be an interesting show.
That's what I do. I do that. I got the post-nasal drip, so I want to shoot it right down. I might just start shooting in my mouth. Okay. I don't know if you can do that or not, but it would be effective for me.
The best way it works is the undercarriage.
Oh, right in the backside? I'll try it. Whatever to get rid of this stuff.
You will? Okay.
Obviously, took off yesterday to acknowledge and celebrate the launch of Casey Anthony's social media career, and
so excited.
Her being back on social media seems like honestly a very smart move. Yes, I mean clearly this is what the world is asking for.
I think she waited long enough. There was moments, and George Zimmerman, tried every once in a while to get in to the news, and he did, but not in the best ways. But, for the most part, we just saw like someone running into Casey in West Palm every once in a while. But now she's back.
Or somebody would try to fight her when they were drunk at the bar. They'd be sitting there.
This is the perfect time for it, Casey.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
We need somebody like this out there, a noted child safety advocate and trunk sitting advocate. Casey Anthony is back out there and disposing just genius advice on the public. We'll get into that at some point in time here. First, we start with 2 women in a car. Don't worry, before you have any kind of heart palpitations to the 2 of you, she's not saying the S word. It's a different language. It sounds quite a lot like the S word. They're singing along to a song in another language, which, dangerous for me. I don't know what the words actually mean, but they are having
so
they
don't
time.
mean the S word, but
it's not the S word. It sounds like it, but it's in another language. So, like in another language
or something,
you might say, I'm not gonna. I can't say it. Right. Just know that they're not cursing here, right? They're rocking out. They're singing along. Yeah. Uh-oh.
Oh, God.
I like how the music is still thumping after they've flipped over or something and the airbags off.
I think that's one of the things that you don't realize happens because whenever you see something like really sudden or tragic happen in the movies and TV, the DJ somehow goes away all of a sudden.
It's true. It goes silent. And then you hear the glass cracking and then the crunch of the car.
Yeah. So I think that's one of the things that, like, you don't even, doesn't even, like.
Register?
Yeah. You don't even think about it when you're watching it on TV, that if you were in a club and God forbid some gunshots rang out and everybody started running, you would probably still hear whatever the hot song was at the time.
Depends on how into it the DJ was. If the DJ was just like really into the music at the moment.
I would pull the USB and immediately run out.
Yeah,
if that was the DJ.
I imagine the Eagles of death metal probably stopped playing guitar and maybe,
unless they were faking it.
Okay,
that'd be a terrible way to find out.
Is this a conspiracy theory?
That would be the worst Milli Vanilli ever.
Could you imagine if during the Milli Vanilli show there was some sort of attack?
Oh, God. Well,
they're like, wait a second, they just ran off stage, but I still hear, girl, you know it's true.
True.
What's astounding to me is thank God, knock on wood, I've never had it happen to me. But it always blows my mind with what force the airbag comes out. It is pretty crazy.
I've been in one accident, like, a pretty bad one, where the airbag was deployed. But fortunately, I was sitting back enough.
It didn't get you?
It didn't get me, but the seatbelt, like, all you saw was a giant mark, perfectly seatbelt size across my neck.
I thought that was the whole thing about the airbag, that they told you, like, hey, this thing is likely to break your nose, but it's going to save your life.
Yeah, because it comes out with a vengeance. It's in like a fraction of a second. And boom! Don't record videos while driving, friends. Dispatches, none of that stuff. Don't record
just don't
anything.
Look at it. You can have a dash cam, and then when you get home, you can upload and edit.
I am safe. I don't even rock out like this in the car. If Courtney's rocking out and trying to sing along to something, I'll be respectful.
Put it down.
Be an adult. What are you doing? Well, I'm on 10 and 2, or I don't even know if they made us change that over the years. I got my hands on the wheel firmly.
Yeah, it's like a 9:45, I think.
Ready to go. I'm all tuned in.
It changes during daylight saving time.
But it's dangerous, so please don't do that. And we return to this, though. It is true that Casey Anthony is out there. She is telling us about the safest ways to trunk sit your kids and the safest ways to just handle children. And she's doing all the right things out there. And I know I heard the Tale of the Monsters before us here locally, and they did a thing where it was like, we can't say she killed her kid because she was found not guilty. And it was like, she's guilty of her child being dead, I think you could say. Like, I don't know how you phrase it perfectly. Like, maybe I can't say she murdered her child. I wouldn't want to say she murdered her child. I would probably phrase it in another way other than she murdered her child.
Right.
So we wouldn't be legally liable for it.
I mean, let's call it like super aware of what happened to her child who is now dead and was acquitted of said dead stuff.
And quite the interesting Google search history. Absolutely worse than Sea Lanes, believe it or not. A lot of people didn't think it would be
challenge
done.
accepted.
It's hard to do.
The haters said it couldn't be done, but Casey Anthony chloroformed them out of it. And there you go.
I think one of these days we should, the three of us, try chloroform and see what that segment sounds like.
I have to be honest with you. After the Casey Anthony
Just
thing,
light chloroform.
When it was going on, I said, what's going on with chloroform? It's like in my dreams and in movies and stuff, you get an old rag and you get a little green chloroform on it, and then and the person just passes out in like 5 seconds. And I said, that seems a little too movie-like.
Yeah, I think there was maybe a Mythbusters or something where they said, hey, that's not really how chloroform works. I think maybe they just have it a little off.
Can we just buy it? Can you just Google it? Buy
I'm not
chloroform.
Googling that.
Can you Google how
Google
long
it on
can
the
your
work computer
child be in the trunk before death? Let's slowly recreate each Casey Anthony Google search that we possibly can right now as we learn more about her. And she's got what's this tattoo she has? She has a tattoo of like a rainbow. And,
okay, is that new?
I don't. Well, there's a lot new here because I think she mention that she's like a LGBTQ advocate now too or something?
I only saw a clip that she was attorney advocate or law advocate.
Yeah. Last I heard about her,
I stopped watching.
Her involvement with anything LGBTQ was she was friends with this drag queen who was accused of threatening Donald Trump.
Okay,
a man accused of making violent threats against President Trump is a well-known comedy drag queen who counts notorious tot mom Casey Anthony among his close friends. We were talking about that's Big Mama is.
We talked about Big Mama.
Yeah. You got Murder Mama, you got Big Mama. It's a whole crew of people. It's just all hanging out there allegedly together. Here she is. Let's see what she says.
Where's Switzerland? Okay.
Oh God, I'm having a tough day. It's
cool angle. It's very 2004.
Today is Saturday, March 1st, 2025. This is my first of probably many recordings. Honestly,
do we want to bet now on how long this goes? Because there's no comments. She's turned the comments off.
Yeah.
She knows that
probably the best move. Let's be for real. Because I've seen a lot of people just screen grab and comment on it.
Do you think you would give her at all like any ounce of credit for leaving the comment section on? Like, would you give her any amount of respect for going, you know what? That was pretty brave of you, Casey.
I would only give her respect if she embraced it. If she like came out and she said like, I did this, and parents, you need to know kids can be just terrible sometimes, and drastic situations.
Haley,
sometimes a little trunk time is necessary.
Man.
I know, but it would be more respectful than whatever the hell this is. This is not respectful. This is not really trying to help anybody out. This is like you want to come on to social media and participate with everybody, but you know there's a tiny little problem with that.
Well, she did kind of foreshadow or tease some future content in her. I don't know if it's her Substack or if she's going to put this on her TikTok. But she mentions her parents at some point, and she goes, I'm not going to get into that right now, but we'll talk about that at some point. So she at least has
it's
a road
juicy.
ahead of her that she can see. Now, whether or not we'll ever see it,
I'm sure there should probably still be a conversation with your father first on account of the opening statements in your case.
I don't know. I might be talk to my dad considering all the things that have happened.
You think that bridge might have burned?
It's so charred.
She might have totally burned that one. I don't know.
I think he did too. Let's be honest here. He threw his daughter completely under the bus.
How? What did he do?
He was the first person to go and throw his daughter completely under the bus.
For killing her kid?
Yes. Absolutely.
Yeah. He's the opposite of the laundries.
Yes.
Exactly.
It's a reverse laundry.
I am putting for 1 second myself in the shoes of someone who, if you're looking to two people to have your back in the lie, your parents, that was the complete opposite on the dad's part. So I'm not surprised that they'll never talk again.
Yeah, they're not going to have a conversation.
I'm not defending anyone's actions by any means.
It's okay. You can defend her actions.
I am absolutely not defending her actions, but I will be subscribed to see what she puts out next.
She's got a Substack where people can subscribe, which seems...
What's a Substack?
I don't know. It's like OnlyFans for words. So,
okay. I'm horny. You guys?
You subscribe, and then when somebody writes something, you can read it all. It's like a paywall for your blogs.
You know how you go to the newspaper website, and it's like, you got to be a member to see our articles. It's that anybody can do.
Huh.
Yeah.
So if you wanted to write articles and then have people pay to see them, you could get a Substack.
Okay, I have to stop. I'm distracted, and I have to get into a different fight here. This will be quick, I promise. Michael on YouTube says, you mean her 5 head. Now, come at Casey Anthony for all the things you want, But I will not buy into, embrace this new movement that goes after the size of people's foreheads when they have normal size foreheads, okay? Let me just go out and say something, especially ladies, I'm on your side here. We got to stop whatever's going down. The Kardashians do not have normal size foreheads. The Kardashians can only put one finger above their eyebrows before it touches their hair. That is not normal. Your normal brain cannot fit in a head. That is not a normal size forehead. It's so weird how all these women have to walk around and look at people on Instagram and TV with like weird shaped skulls and now feel like they have to have a head that size. She sucks. You know, babies in the trunk and all that. But she has a normal forehead. It's a normal forehead. We do not have to go down that route, okay? The people with the tiny little foreheads are the weird ones. Half of Hollywood, I don't know if they're getting a forehead reduction surgery.
That's what it is, yeah.
Is that? I don't know what it is. Like it's like their entire forehead is smaller than the thickness of a VCR for you oldos out there. Or a video cassette tape, just the tape itself. So I neither here nor there, but here we go.
Yeah, they take their foreheads and they remove part of it and they just sew it right on their asses.
Shut up. Everybody on this show has a normal sized forehead. I just want to say that.
Let's see your
all right?
forehead.
It's normal size, okay? It's not.
I'm a 3 right now.
That's normal. I think if anything, yours would be on the smaller side. No, my forehead. C-Lane's is normal. That's normal. It's a normal head. What? 4.
We're going on 5 there, huh?
No, it's not 5. It's
you
not
just put
5.
Your thumb there.
No, I didn't put the thumb was resting next to it. That is very. What's happening here is wrong. I'm not being defensive, Alicia, on Twitch. I'm just being real. There's an attack on women's foreheads.
There's an attack on, I think, everyone's foreheads. It's very clear.
I'm here to defend the forehead.
I think in this case, like the men have it made because you could just go bald.
You can. Yeah.
And I've been watching the new
it's like an 11 head.
White Lotus, and one of the characters there has an impressive, but it's, he still has the lock of hair in the back, but that's almost 6 fingers as far as forehead goes.
And that's a lot. And that there are some that are larger than others.
But you could just shave your head and be bald guy. But when it comes to women, it's way different.
But you see just a normal size forehead on a woman, and everybody, oh, look at them giant, big old drive-in forehead. People are crazy. Okay, I'm sorry, back to it. You know what I mean.
Series that I'm starting. I am a legal advocate. I am a researcher. I've been in the legal field since 2011.
What is it that you're researching?
Many things, thank you.
Like when I think of researcher, I picture somebody in, I don't know, not scrubs, but what do you, ready for a dumb thing? What do you call a scientist uniform?
Like a lab coat?
Lab coat, yeah, bingo. Nailed it. Lab coat. That's the one I'm looking for. Scientist uniform, aka lab coat.
Next break, can you just throw in some more of the nasal spray, Sean? Because I like where this is going.
I'm fine. Everything's good. I've got it together here. Lab coat. The people in the lab coats, I don't picture whatever this is that Casey Anthony's doing. I do not picture. You guys can fight over the forehead all day long. You're just wrong. You're just wrong over there, right?
And in this capacity, I feel that it's necessary, if I'm going to continue to operate appropriately as a legal advocate, that I start to advocate for myself and also advocate for my daughter. For those of you who don't know, my name is Casey Anthony.
All the
I love that. Girl. For those of you who don't know, my name is Casey Anthony. I love the idea that somebody would be roped in this long and then go, oh, wait. Whoa.
It pops up on your FYP. You've been living under a rock for decades.
You're like, wait a second. I was trusting this lady. This isn't right. What do I got going on
here? And then you research Casey Anthony and your mind is even more blown.
Wait, what did she do? What's this lady up to? My name is Casey
Anthony. My daughter is Kaylee Anthony. What? My parents are George and Cindy Anthony. This is not about them. This is not in response to anything that they have said or done. That's not to say that I'm not going to respond at some point to some of the things that they have said and done. The whole point of this is for me to begin to reintroduce myself. I'm
about done with your reintroduction, I think. I'm going to pass. I'm not subscribing to the Substack. I'm going to, not collect Go and $200 or pass Go and collect $200 or whatever.
Say that now. We'll talk about her again in 2 weeks. Bad.
I'm not talking about her. I don't think. It's interesting that she's trying again. That is an interesting thing. Like, she disappears and then pops back up, and she's so desperate for some sort of tribe of supporters, but nobody's in on it. Like nobody's going to be fooled. I don't think. Maybe you will be. Let us know what you think. Send us a dispatch. Go over to thenewsjunkie.com to record yours now.
It's so interesting that she's like, I've been involved in the legal field since 2011. I was like, your trial? Your trial.
Yeah, look, I've been researching in courtrooms.
I've been surrounding myself with lawyers for the longest time.
Yeah, the only reason you know about any of this is because you were the one in court in shackles. And everybody knew that you were responsible for what you had been accused of, but the prosecution bungled the whole thing. And here we are, Miss Anthony, here we are. Okay, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we have a couple of things to go over. Number one, there's a big Trump speech tonight, I guess. He's going to do one of those things where it's not a State of the Union, but where they address a joint House of Congress, I guess. So, like, the president goes up and the Democrats and the Republicans are there, and he gives his speech. So now there's rumors that some of the Democrats have a plan to heckle him, and we'll see what's going on with that. Plus, a woman talks about a theory about a brand new type of prison, but we're going to have to do our fact check army on what this lady said and see if there's any truth to this one. What's happening? That plus your dispatches coming up next on the News Junkie.
Someday Alexa will do everything. Alexa, can you unclog the toilet?
Yeah, I'm kind of busy right now.
But until then, just tell her to play Real Radio 104.1 on iHeartRadio.
Playing Real Radio 104.1 on iHeartRadio.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Traffic slowing down through the city on I-4, and there's still some heavy delays on I-4 eastbound before US 27 and after State Road 429 there. Emergency crews are clearing up an accident on Florida's Turnpike southbound south of I-4. Keep an eye out for an accident on State Road 408 westbound before I-4 off to the shoulder there. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Rasmussen University.
At Rasmussen University, we offer a full suite of nursing programs from pre-licensure to doctoral, online and on campus. Programs vary by campus. Learn more at rasmussen.edu/Florida.
Folks, your air conditioner is probably the biggest source of energy use in your house. It almost always is. In fact, for a lot of people, it's like 70 to 80% of your power bill when that comes in the mail each month. So if for years and years and years it's just been kind of sitting outside and your power bills are going up and you don't know why, there might be a reason why it's less efficient now than it was when you first got it. That requires some preventative maintenance from Mills Air. Have somebody come out. Their techs are the best of the best, and they'll do the right thing. Look at your AC from top to bottom. Come back with a report. What's going on behind the bushes on the side of your house? And now you know. Now you're aware of your situation. And if you have an issue and it's a small, cheap one, it's a small, cheap bill that you get. So don't freak out. And they're going to help you no matter the circumstances. They're a Carrier factory authorized dealer, which means they can get you huge rebates if you need a brand new Carrier unit. You could always turn to the experts at Carrier, and you could always turn to family-owned and operated Mills Air. Give them a call at 407-277-1159 or find them online at millsair.com.
Are you hiding your smile because of missing or damaged teeth? Solid Bite can help. With the latest techniques and technology, you'll be showing off your smile in no time. Call Solid Bite in Melbourne now to receive your free booklet. 321-259-8000.
Get ready to roll. It's the second annual Just Call Mo Celebrity Bowl-orama, and you're invited to join the fun. Come bowl with your favorite Central Florida celebrities on Saturday, April 12th from 2 to 5 p.m. at the Oviedo Bowling Center. All proceeds benefit Rosie's Adventures, a local nonprofit helping kids battling cancer. Spots are filling up fast. Reserve your lane today. Visit justcallmo.com/bowling for more details. The Just Call Mo Celebrity Bowl-orama, Saturday, April 12th at Oviedo Bowling Center. See you there.
Best over-the-counter lidocaine product I've tried. Thank you, Blue Emu Lidocaine Pain Relief Cream. Other products containing lidocaine have done absolutely nothing to relieve pain in my foot. I strongly recommend Blue Emu Lidocaine Pain Relief Cream.
During tax season, your personal info travels to a lot of places you can't control. Between payroll, your home office, your tax preparer, and the IRS, if your W-2 gets exposed, that's just the ticket for identity thieves. That's why LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points every second. If your identity's stolen, they'll fix it guaranteed or your money back. Don't let identity thieves take you for a ride. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code CLAY. Visit LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
If you're living with dry age-related macular degeneration or dry AMD, you may be at risk for developing geographic atrophy or GA. GA can be unpredictable and progress rapidly, leading to irreversible vision loss. Now there's something you can do to
slow it down, get it going slower.
Izervay is proven to slow GA progression.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Izervay or avacincaptad pagel is a prescription eye injection used to treat GA. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may temporarily increase eye pressure. Your vision may be impaired after an eye injection or exam. Don't delay. Ask your doctor about Izervay today.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Visit Izervay.com. That's IZERVAY.com.
Everyone deserves a fast and reliable connection. One that helps better their everyday through the things they value most. Friends and family, education and career. A connection that opens pathways to opportunity and builds roads to a better future. At Spectrum, we're committed to delivering just that every single day. Because with the right connection, anything is possible. That's Life Unlimited. That's Spectrum.
Daytona Bike Week is back. February 28th, March 9th. There's no better place to celebrate than at the iconic Daytona International Speedway. Home to the area's largest motorcycle marketplace with top manufacturer displays, top-of-the-line gear, custom bikes, and more. Plus, free demo rides and all the excitement of Harley-Davidson Thunder Round. It all culminates Saturday, March 8th with America's most historic motorcycle race, the Daytona 200. Daytona International Speedway is the place to celebrate Bike Week.
Explore the mysteries of rural America in the investigative podcast Obscurum. Season 1, Invasion of the Drones, details the story of chilling aircraft sightings in the Midwest, sparking conspiracy theories and lies until the shocking truth was revealed.
There was a drone, then it actually rotated around our house, almost looking as if it was peering in each window of our home.
Listen on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Obscurum and start listening.
Injured? Hire America's largest injury firm, Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Riding the daily roller coaster of viral news from the front row. It's the
Go to thenewsjunkie.com, thenewsjunkie with an IE on the end.com, and you can subscribe to the podcast. And also, if you're listening on iHeartRadio, take a second and make this station your preset. Excuse me. Just takes a moment of your time. It does help us. We are rocketing up the charts in the company, so take a moment and put this station or the News Junkie podcast on your presets on iHeart. All right, there's a big Trump speech coming up tonight. Trump, the president, is going to address a congressional session. The Republicans who like him and the Democrats who do not are going to be in attendance. So obviously there's going to be a mixed reaction. It's always kind of funny to see these things. They're like the State of the Union, where half of the people stand up and applaud for literally everything. Like half of this, this gathering might have Trump was right about everything hats on, and then the other half, what are they going to do? So that's what I've got for you, some of the juice about what is planned in terms of resistance to the president's speech tonight. And these ideas range from, okay, whatever, to cringe. There's one in particular where I was like, oh, God. Like, I get it, you know. You are out there. You're the voice of all the people who don't like Trump and like the voice of the resistance. So they're expecting things out of you. So you feel like you got to do something.
I think the cringe part is telling people about it ahead of time.
They're like, it's almost like they're workshopping the ideas. Like, here are some of the things that they're planning on doing. And I'll tell you what's going on here. Axios says Democratic lawmakers are discussing a litany of options to protest at President Trump's speech to Congress this week, on Tuesday, actually, tonight, including through outright disruption, a half dozen House Democrats told Axios. Some of these tactics go beyond their leader's recommendation that members bring guests hurt by Trump and Doge.
Oh,
this sets up a potential clash
for this, huh?
between party traditionalists and more combative anti-Trump people. And sometimes they'll let people bring guests, and the guests that they'll bring will be like a political shot. So say when Biden was in power, some parents of a soldier who died during the disastrous Afghanistan pullout would be like the guest of a Republican. And it's meant as a shot, you know what I mean? So there's talk of that, which everybody does. That's normal. This is what happens. They're playing politics. Okay. Then they said the part that we can all agree on is this is not business as usual. This is super serious. We would like to find a way productively to express our outrage, says one House Democrat. There's widespread disagreement among Democrats, both inside and outside of Congress, over what would be the most appropriate and effective form of demonstration. So here are some of the ideas. Some members have told colleagues during Trump's big speech tonight they may walk out of the chamber when Trump says specific lines they find objectionable.
Okay.
And this says criticism of transgender kids was brought up.
Bring the Fitbit. There's going to be a lot of steps.
Yeah. And that long of a time, he will, there's a small chance. He'll be like, get him out of here. I've just kicked them out.
Then you got to decide which one you're going to walk out on. Because this says criticism of transgender kids was brought up as a line in the sand that could trigger members to storm out. So what if he says men shouldn't be competing in women's sports, then you don't walk out on that one? You're like, the close. But that line would be too widely accepted, and you don't want to do that one. You have to decide where you're going to draw the line in the sand, I guess. So then the ideas continue. One is in the props category here, having signs with anti-Trump or anti-Doge messages. They like the anti-Elon stuff. They think that that's ringing through well with a lot of the regular folks out there. I don't know if it is, but they think it is. Just as Rashida Tlaib held up a sign during Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's speech last year that said war criminal. So signs and messages, which I don't know what the rules are on that. Like if you're just allowed to have like a little protest sign or whatever at the speech to Congress, maybe you are. And here's cringe for me. They're talking about all of the Democrats bringing empty egg cartons with them to highlight how inflation is.
That's going to shake them.
I just pictured you see the audience and they're all like holding up a dozen things of eggs, or like a carton of a dozen empty eggs because the egg prices are too expensive. Then they're thinking about waiving pocket constitutions to make the case that Trump has been violating the Constitution by shutting down congressionally authorized agencies. I don't know if that will read well. Like the little books in your hand, like waving those at Trump?
Because they have to explain it, and explaining is losing.
You want this to be easy. Going back to like Make America Great Again, it's got to be simple for anybody out there.
The egg thing, cringe as it may be, makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
The point is there. Everybody knows what's that supposed to mean.
The visual is obvious. You're going to look at it and you're going to, okay, I get what they're doing, despite the fact.
Instead of just an empty egg carton, bring live chickens.
Or eggs. And just start hurling them during it.
That's, I don't know.
Trump's got to duck it.
That.
George W. ducking that shoe in Baghdad.
Two shoes, mind you.
Get down. They're thinking about bringing hand clappers.
Okay.
Is that one of
the soccer game?
Yeah, one of those like noisemakers. Red cards. Oh, that's.
So we're at
That's like a soccer game.
This is the future. This is the future of discourse in our country. You're just holding up red cards and yellow cards.
Just go old school heckle.
And
there's
various
enough of you.
Other props have also been discussed, multiple sources say. So they're all fighting over which of these things they should do. Where do you fall on this? Do you think that one of those is a good idea as a form of protest? Do you think that it's rude and, unbecoming of the position to do this? Whatever your thoughts are, send a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com. But one thing's for sure. For the very first time in his second term, Trump has to do something tonight, C-Lane.
What does he have to do?
Well, what do you think? What's he got to do tonight that might stand out? He has not done it as of yet, and he has to do something tonight that he has not done in this term.
Expose his gills.
I'll give you some details that might give it away. He's certainly going to be there in attendance.
Okay.
J.D. Vance, the vice president, is certainly going to be there in attendance. The Speaker of the House is definitely going to be there in attendance.
So does he have to pick a survivor?
He has to pick his designated survivor. And there's nobody right now. They got no designated survivor. They have to pick the person.
I thought it was automatic.
No. Each year, one cabinet member is chosen, as C-Lane knows from the show Designated Survivor, who will sit out the speech.
And just politics in general.
Do you think, is it flattering to get chosen as designated survivor, or is it like you can't go to the speech and that's not fun?
I think that in the case of the TV show Designated Survivor, they picked him and he was like, what the hell is a designated survivor? Like, he claimed not to know what it was, even though I think it's pretty common knowledge what the concept of that is.
Yeah.
But they, later on in the show, they figure out they only picked you because they were about to get rid of you anyway. Like they attacked it as we're just pick some loser that doesn't get to come to the speech.
That's what it feels like. It feels like if you're having a party and you go, one person has to be the designated survivor, you can go into another building nearby and watch as we party.
But I don't even think when they pick a designated survivor, it's so outside of the realm of possibility that person will be president at the end of the night that I don't even think they look into, well, do we want the director of right turn signs,
that guy, the guy who's responsible for merch, the Trump merch man is the guy. But how does the designated survivor feel if a bunch of tomahawk missiles come down in the middle of this speech?
All right, this is my big bird.
Here we go. Thought you were going to shut me out of this, and now I'm called up to the bigs. Here we go. The designated survivor is the informal name used for the person in the line of succession who does not attend the joint session of Congress, so that there would be a leader available to step up in case of a catastrophic event. This started back in 1947. First in line for the presidency is obviously J.D. Vance. Then it goes to the House Speaker, Senate Pro Tempore, Chuck Grassley, a Democrat, is third in line. Fourth is Marco Rubio. Fifth is Scott Bessent, Treasury Secretary, and then the line continues on down. But they got to pick somebody, and all these people would normally be in attendance, and so they got to choose somebody. Who's the person you choose, and that will be going out tonight. And they can choose it. They can choose the person. Well, I guess they have to choose it ahead of time, but they don't have to announce it until during the speech. They go, right now, the designated survivor is this person, and they tell you who it is, but we don't know until this goes down. It's 44 days into his term. They will, but they don't have to say it publicly beforehand, I guess. I guess they could say it during the speech if they want. But this is 44 days into President Trump's new term, and it's going to be the biggest audience yet, and we'll see. Will there be some protests? Will there be some clapper hands? Will there be I don't know, did you guys see
empty egg cartons? Woo!
The Serbian Parliament went a little nuts today. Let me see if I can bring this up. They were upset about some things. And you want to talk about, hey, if you're going to go soccer game, go full soccer game. They had people, check this out, in the Serbian Parliament, they had people throwing those color smoke bombs like you see from the fans groups at soccer games.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody's got an umbrella out.
Oh, my gosh. Now we're talking.
This looks like chaos.
You can't see one camera angle. You can't see anybody at all.
Oh, there's more. They're throwing more of these things. Wow. This is what's going on over there. Maybe this will go down. Trump's speech is going on, and boom, 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 all these colors. They're just tossing
they pick
these
it up
things
and throw it back. That's fun.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah.
If
So
I were the
they're-
designated survivor and saw this scene, I'd be like, so you're saying there's a chance.
It's happening right now. Yeah, this is what they're doing over in Serbia. Do we have it more together than them? Does anybody have it together anymore?
No.
I don't know. We'll find out. When we come back, we're going to talk about the numbers that just came in for how many people watched the Academy Awards, a.k.a. the Oscars. Who was tuning in? Was it a record audience or was it a disaster? We got more info in the Gene Hackman murder mystery or death mystery, I should say. And we'll get into that.
Listen to you.
Wow,
Death.
Mr. Controversy.
Murder. No, death is death mystery is the word I was looking for there. But I'm going to have another shot of the nose spray.
Yeah.
A little nose candy during the break.
Okay, we should probably rephrase that.
I phrase it just fine. I will be having nose candy during the break, radio DJ says, as co-hosts look on in horror, completely shocked at this admission is the headline.
Contractually obligated to continue the show.
Yeah.
Until the end of the time slot.
Yeah, feel free to throw any kind of these smoke bombs that you want to during the program, though, at any time. I think that would just excite people a little bit more. All right, quick break. When we come back, we'll get to that, plus your dispatches. It's coming up next in the News Junkie.
This weekend, Real Radio 104.1 smells like the 90s.
Runaway train, never going back. Wrong way on a
I'm Storm Team Meteorologist Jessica Dobson, and today is going to overall be a quiet and seasonable day, a high of 78 degrees in Orlando. As we head into our Wednesday, though, it is a Fox 35 weather impact day. It will be a warm and windy day to start. We'll expect high temperatures in the low 80s. We are also going to be tracking a cold front, bringing with it the potential of a couple of strong to severe storms. Those have the potential of bringing some strong, damaging wind gusts, heavy rain, and the potential of small hail. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by the Florida Department of Transportation. Hey, listeners, before celebrating St. Patrick's Day this year, remember to plan ahead and know all your options. If you drink, don't get behind the wheel. Instead, designate a sober driver or catch a ride service. And if you are the designated sober driver, commit to staying sober. Don't let your luck run out.
Are you a business owner, CEO, or responsible for marketing? If you are, iHeartMedia can help you reach your goals and find new customers. We reach more consumers in your target area than anyone else. And we can give you access to those potential customers more cost-effectively across radio, digital, podcasting, and social. We'd love to show you how iHeartMedia can work for you. Get started today by calling 844-844-iHeart. That's 844-844-iHeart.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Good news. Mortgage rates have improved again this week. Get your quote for a refinance to lower payments or get cash out at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
With that mortgage guy, Don.com.
If you're living with dry age-related macular degeneration or dry AMD, you may be at risk for developing geographic atrophy or GA. GA can be unpredictable and progress rapidly, leading to irreversible vision loss. Now there's something you can do to
slow it down, get it going slower.
Izervay is proven to slow GA progression.
Izervay, get your GA going slower.
Izervay or avacincaptad pagel is a prescription eye injection used to treat GA. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may temporarily increase eye pressure. Your vision may be impaired after an eye injection or exam. Don't delay. Ask your doctor about Izervay today.
Izervay, get your GA going slower.
Visit Izervay.com. That's IZERVAY.com.
Did you know that virtual dolphins could be the key to managing stress? Or that electronic music could save the world from malaria? Believe it or not, it is all true. And you can hear these stories plus many more all this week on Part-Time Genius as we count down the 25 greatest science ideas of the past 25 years. It's a week full of fact-packed episodes you will not want to miss.
NASA scientists have already fast-tracked another important use for black fungus, protecting astronauts from cosmic radiation.
Open your free iHeartRadio app, search Part-Time Genius, and listen now.
Have you heard about Florida's new local gold currency? Goldbacks are real 24-karat gold in a cash-like form. Today, we're joined by Jeff from Goldback to tell us more. Jeff, can you explain what goldbacks are?
Absolutely. Goldbacks are physical currency made of 24-karat gold. Because the gold is inside the currency itself, it holds real value and naturally resists inflation.
So they're not just for collecting, you can actually spend them?
That's right. There are businesses right here in Florida that accept them as payment, just like cash. They're designed to keep wealth local, support independent businesses, and give you the freedom to use sound money.
That's amazing. And I heard you're giving these away for free. Is that true?
Yes. To celebrate the launch of the Florida Goldback, we're giving away free half Goldbacks to Florida residents. All you have to do is visit freegoldback.com, verify your Florida address, and we'll ship it to your home. No fees, no gimmicks.
Real gold completely free. That's incredible. Florida, don't miss out. Visit freegoldback.com today to claim your free half Goldback before they're gone.
Feel the excitement at Daytona Beach in Orange City Racing and Kart Club. Gear up for the $100,000 Guaranteed Spring Classic Tournament at Daytona Beach from March 6th to the 9th. A $300 buy-in can earn you thousands. Plus, rise to the top of the all-new $2,500 monthly tournament leaderboard where every point counts. Don't miss out on the action at the $100,000 Guaranteed Spring Classic Tournament at Daytona Beach from March 6th through the 9th.
Allergies are torture, but Exact from Aspire Allergy and Sinus can help you beat your allergies for good. Exact is clinically proven to give long-term lasting allergy relief in 3 injections. That's right, allergy relief in 3 injections. No matter how long you've suffered, no matter what else you've tried, with 3 injections, you can experience relief from your allergies. Exact from Aspire Allergy and Sinus. Go to aspireallergy.com to book your appointment today. aspireallergy.com.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment changeouts and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation and a regular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduced stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop taking prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. It may increase your stroke risk. Eliquis can cause serious and in rare cases fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. A spinal injection while on Eliquis increases risk of blood clots, which may cause paralysis, the inability to move. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding, unusual bruising, or tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. Medications such as aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners may increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
Mattress Firm's President's Day sale ends soon. Get matched to your perfect bed now and sleep at night. Plus, if you see a lower price, they'll match it. Hurry and stop by Mattress Firm to upgrade today. Restrictions apply.
Get ready for the biggest night in podcasting.
The iHeart Podcast Award goes to...
Join us for our 2025 iHeart Podcast Awards, live from Austin, Texas at South by Southwest.
Celebrating the most innovative and influential voices in the podcasting world.
Push boundaries.
Sit down with amazing guests every week.
And engage audiences in new, remarkable ways.
Don't miss our 2025 iHeart Podcast Awards.
Watch on iHeartRadio's YouTube channel and listen right here.
Monday night at 11.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by crimeline.org. Give a tip anonymously.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
A safe haven of sorts for all of the 95%ers. This is the...
And what I'd like from you is for you to do just that. Share the show. One way to do it is by just following us on social media. Go over to thenewsjunkie.com/share, thenewsjunkie.com/share. I will probably light at least some fires in this segment here, and that's okay. I'm not really worried about it. I feel it's something I have to get on the record saying. All right? I don't really care if I ruffle your feathers on this, because the moment I saw this story, I said there's something that has to be said here. There's a take that needs to be slung out there. And it's about a little company called Domino's. Now, I will start out.
You've spoken so highly of them in the past.
I know. I will start out by saying I loved when Domino's acknowledged their mistakes and said that we have messed up and our pizza is not good. And then they went back to the drawing board and they fixed it. And that is hard to do. And once you start alienating your customers and your product starts to fail and is going lower in quality, people will leave, and it's really hard to get them to come back. They're going to go over to a competitor or something. And Domino's did that. And Domino's has like their like the square pizzas that they do, and a couple of other options like the pan pizzas that they do at Domino's.
Right.
Oh man, they're good. They're good. But I have to tell you, without a shadow of a doubt, I'm not behind their new bid, and I think that I just need to go on the record saying some things here. Domino's is trying to keep up with all the pizza competition out there, and they're announcing, apparently in the first time in either a very long time or ever, because they've been resistant to this, but they've announced that they are going to launch stuffed crust. All right? I am going to go on the record today saying stuffed crust pizza is for losers.
Why do you say
order
losers? Like,
stuffed crust pizza,
you don't prefer it? You don't have to call the other people losers.
No, that's what's this non-judgment thing here? I'm judging. Okay, if you order stuffed crust pizza and you're older than 7, you're a loser. I'm sorry. It's just a line has to be drawn.
Are ordering full pizzas.
Yeah. I mean,
when
I
parents
did when
go,
I was younger, yeah.
When parents go, what do you want? And little Timmy goes, I want to get the stuffed crust pizza. Okay, fine, Timmy, get it. If you're a grown-ass adult with bills to pay and like a checking account,
I'm very
it's Loserville. It's not good, number one. Cheese stuffed crust and pizza is Loserville. It's not good. It doesn't make anything better.
So you hate mozzarella sticks?
I don't want mozzarella sticks in my pizza crust, is the point. You're ruining the pizza. The pizza was nice, and at the last end, now I'm tossing the thing away because I don't want an old, crusty mozzarella stick in the crust of my pizza.
Okay.
You've ruined things now. And Bootsy Moonshine says, hard disagree, Sean. You can be wrong. You're allowed to be wrong around here.
You're
That's
not
okay.
wrong, Bootsy Moonshine. It's just
absolutely wrong.
Sean does not enjoy the finer things in life.
No, it's not the finer things in life. It goes further into Loserville. Okay, when they started this, they started off with, we'll just throw a little cheese in the crust, which, just so you know, it makes your pizza a little smaller. I'm just telling you the honest truth here. It makes your pizza smaller. I worked at a pizza place, little one called Papa John's. And at Papa John's, when I was working there, I remembered how this all went. You have to roll the cheese up in the crust, and you get a smaller crust on the pizza when you do it at these places. You get a smaller overall pizza size because they think that you're going to be won over by a cheesy bite of grossness in the crust of your pizza. Don't fall for it. And the further into this territory you go, they started putting hot dogs in the crust.
I don't remember the hot dogs, but I've enjoyed. I'm not a crust gal often. Because I enjoy everything leading up to the crust. But, I mean, I guess I'm a loser. King and queen of losers all in one. I love a stuffed crust.
I think I'm probably
especially garlic butter stuffed crust.
No regular crust in the garlic butter. Bam! Now we're good. You don't need to introduce the cheese to the equation.
Not? It's a
bit of desperation, Sabrina.
On whose part?
It is a bit on the part of the pizza company. Because I think these little Gen Z kids want stuffed crust.
Nothing to do with Gen Z. It's been around forever.
It literally is everything to do with Gen Z. They said they're doing this in a bid to win over Gen Z and to hold on to customers who turn to rival takeout spots for cheesy crust. Competitors including Pizza Hut, Little Caesars, and Papa John's sell stuffed crust to 13 million young leaning Domino's stalwarts every year. So they say that they're leaving Domino's. They want the cheesy crust, and they want to go over there. And it is
what an idiotic business decision to do the thing that other people are doing because it's making them money.
No, you want to make more money? Take your average large pizza and make it under $10. All right, $9.99 for the large.
Well, that's
do that. Do that for the entirety of the rest of the year. Trust me, you will print money. People want to save money right now, and they want to enjoy themselves.
Yeah, but if you're going to pay $1, better bang for that buck is some cheese in your crust.
I argue that it's not. I argue that it is taking away from the size of your pizza and from the overall pizza experience. And I just don't know that this is going to do it for him.
This is also coming from a man who does not put maple syrup on his pancakes. So
it's not here or there. That's a completely different meal, completely different choices going on there.
It's very telling.
I don't think it is. I like things classic in a way. Yes, I do. I want a piece of pizza.
How do you feel about gay marriage?
Pizza. I want a classic. I don't want my pizza to have cereal in the crust. I don't want any kind of weird, pop rocks on. I want a piece of pizza, man. I just want a piece of pizza. Okay. That's all I'm here for.
To equate cheese to Pop Rocks it's
a slippery slope, and you know it.
That's insane.
No,
you guys don't even remember half this stuff. You guys don't even remember this because hot dog. I'll bring it up. Hot dog crust. It absolutely was a thing that they look. This is what pizza has turned into.
Okay, I
for
never
some
got
portion
that.
of America,
and nobody else is doing that.
And what is that? Pizza Hut.
Pizza Hut is doing this at least. I'm not sure if anybody else tried this out, but they're putting hot dogs in the crust. It's like. The food attention span of Americans is that short that they think you need nacho cheese and little pigs in a blanket on the edge of your pizza that you then can't hold because it doesn't have a crust attached to it. This is just ridiculous. It just is. I'm sorry. I don't mean to lose my mind and blow my stack over something so trivial, but Domino's is saying that this is the way to win the game. What do you think? Pizza Hut sold $300 million of stuffed crust in its first year, which would be a powerful argument if that first year wasn't 1995 with Donald Trump as their pitch man. That's what started all of this out, folks. And here we are.
Wasn't that when they were telling you should eat the pizza backwards? That was the
eat it backwards.
Yeah, that was we had never heard of stuffed crust before, and they were like, "We're going to do this." And then the whole marketing campaign around the stuffed crust pizza. It was like it was a pizza that you could eat crust first. There's cheese inside it.
And I told the story one time where when we got it, my brother was like, "Should we eat it backwards?" And maybe that was the moment for me. Maybe that's when I said, "What's going on here? What's happening? Just make a great pizza, make it cheap. People are poor. Things are expensive. Tough times. Rent is too damn high," as the guy said a long time ago. And now over here, we're like, well, what we got to do, really what we need to do is make Americans even, we'll make them fatter.
Crust.
Put a little more cheese in the crust. We'll make the pizza smaller. We'll make them garbage. Here we go. What do you think? Let us know. Send us a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and hit record on yours now.
I think I was the most recent of the three of us to be a complete loser. I got stuffed crust the other day.
He ran so everyone could walk.
It was delicious.
I saw it on your face when you came into work the next day. I was like, that dude had stuffed crust. I can tell what's going on here. We're going to take a quick break. When we return, we're a little bit behind here. We're going to talk about a little bit about the Oscars because the ratings are now in, and we got a very intriguing new theory. I don't know if there's anything to it, but we'll explore it together about Gene Hackman's death. What's going on there? That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Do you do words good? Prove it. The Talkback feature on the free iHeartRadio app. Follow Real Radio 104.1, tap the microphone, and speak.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Keep an eye out for an accident on Oak Ridge Road near John Young Parkway. Emergency crews are clearing up an accident on Florida's Turnpike southbound south of I-4 there. There's still some slowdowns on I-4 eastbound before US 27 and after State Road 429. Just travel with caution on the roadways this afternoon. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Straight Talk Wireless. Ready for the special season that's not on any calendar? It's free phone season. Switch to Straight Talk Wireless this tax season and get real unlimited data on a reliable 5G network. Available at Walmart or straighttalk.com.
Here in Orlando, we know life doesn't slow down for anything, especially a broken garage door. Since 2002, Precision Garage Door has been proudly serving the Orlando community. Local and reliable, that's what makes them different. Their vans are fully stocked, so when you call, their fully vetted techs are ready to provide you with same-day service. Whether it's a stuck door or a snap spring, they have you covered right when you need it most. We know a broken garage door can't wait, which is why we're always prepared to help by keeping our vans fully stocked. Call Precision Garage Door today or visit them online at precisiongaragedor.com. Precision Garage Door. Garage doors done right.
Thinking about selling your home? Well, hold on to your packing tape. The Nickley Group can sell houses faster than you can find that one missing sock. Get a guaranteed cash offer on your home from the Nickley Group today. Visit thenickley.com.
If you're living with dry age-related macular degeneration or dry AMD, you may be at risk for developing geographic atrophy or GA. GA can be unpredictable and progress rapidly, leading to irreversible vision loss. Now there's something you can do to
slow it down and get it going slower.
Izervay is proven to slow GA progression.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Izervay or avacincaptad pagel is a prescription eye injection used to treat GA. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may temporarily increase eye pressure. Your vision may be impaired after an eye injection or exam. Don't delay. Ask your doctor about Izervay today.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Visit Izervay.com. That's IZERVAY.com.
Hey, Daydreamer. Did we catch you thinking about your dreams? With Wells Fargo Premier, a team can help you plan for them. So let's imagine your biggest dream. Not the easy one, the one behind it. The one you work towards every day and every night. Can you see it? Then we can help you plan for it. Ready to start planning for your dreams? You can at wellsfargo.com/getpremier.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Good news if you're considering a reverse mortgage. Rates have improved again this week. Get a same-day quote at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Coming to you live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Accidents happen, but Mo's here to help. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or call 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeart radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good. No one's really sure what all C-Lane's buttons actually do. This is the News Junk.
And just click like if you're watching over on YouTube, and that will help out. And if you're just listening right now, driving around doing work, doing your thing, text a friend, send somebody a link, post it on social, and say, hey, if you're looking for a cool podcast to listen to, I know everybody's always trying to find something new. Check out this show, The News Junkie. I like it. Maybe you will too, ? That helps out on a Share the Show Tuesday. I really believe this is maybe one of my biggest conspiracies as of the last 10 to 15 years. I don't think it's that crazy, but maybe that's just me. I think all of these award shows, and in particular the Oscars, I think they're rigged. I think these kind of shows are rigged for what is the the smartest move to bring in viewership, smartest move to build up cool moments during the broadcasts. They want to get people to watch.
Will Smith's slap was rigged?
I think that was 100% real.
Oh,
okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it was 100% real. I
think we both heard the R in real, and we're just like, whoa!
He's going to say rigged.
No, I think that was real. I think everything else around it was fake, which is why people got dumbfounded because they said, whoa, a real moment happened in this sea of fake Hollywood nonsense.
They tried to delete it, but other people had a different feed.
I always think it's weird because the movies that end up winning, so many of them are movies that no one saw and no one cared about. And a lot of them are political movies, or, it's like it's got a point of view that is important. So even though 6 people watch this, we got to say it's great so we can push the arts out there more, or whatever. Sanctimonious speech after sanctimonious speech. But the 97th, count them, 97 Oscars, the numbers are just in. 18 million viewers across ABC and Hulu.
I did watch. We put it on and watched everything live.
You watched the whole thing?
For the most part, yes.
Damn. Well, it was a 7% decrease from last year. Last year was a high. It had crashed, if you guys remember, back in 2021. They were like, we're not going to have a host this year.
Whoa.
Because everybody's worried about saying something controversial, and we are really dumb, so let's not have a host. And they had 10 million people watch that year. Now they creeped back up to almost 20 last year, and now down to 18 million viewers with Conan O'Brien, who I don't care what you say. I love me some Conan O'Brien.
Great. I thought he was funny.
Yeah. I think he's a fun guy. I like that he's not some political weirdo.
No.
He's just like a fun guy.
And then he throws out some awkward and lives in it. And I can relate to that so much. He throws something out and he's like, all right, here we go. Moving on to the next joke. You guys
does those little, the movements on stage where everything will flop and he'll be like, bah, 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 bah. And
we did
it. He'll do whatever to fill the space. And I love me some Conan O'Brien. And I also think he's a very smart guy, which humor with some intellect weaved into it always makes it a little better as far as I'm concerned. But a little bit down with 18 million people tuning in.
I wonder if that was at all affected by the fact that I don't know why I assumed the Oscars was streaming only this year.
No.
But I attempted to start watching it on Hulu.
The streaming was awful on Hulu.
Yeah.
I couldn't log in. I couldn't log into Hulu.
I didn't experience this at all, but I heard that there was some problems. So when you tried to just click on Hulu, nothing would happen?
When I opened Hulu, I was magically signed out of the service, which we use Hulu pretty often. And so that shouldn't have been the case. I was signed out, and then I tried to sign in, and when you do sign in via computer, it gives you a code. You go on your computer, you put in your credentials, and then you put in the code. And the code would expire super quick. And I was like, what is going on here? I think that this is happening to everybody, and I couldn't do it.
See, we got
typing in the password
early on and had such buffering issues to the point where it completely stopped. And there was no other place to, I guess if we went to, the antenna.
And then I remembered, I was like, oh, wait, this is on ABC. I could just go back to my YouTube TV and watch it like somewhat of a normal person.
How do they screw that up at Hulu? They don't have a budget at Hulu. Tubi just did the Super Bowl. I didn't hear one person complain about that. I didn't hear one person.
Did we get numbers on how many people watched the Super Bowl on Tubi?
A lot. I don't remember the number, but we talked about it. Tubi Super Bowl numbers.
Was the article about the numbers called Tubi or Not Tubi?
Oh.
It wasn't. It was called Tubi Super Bowl streaming shatters records. 13.6 million viewers, the most streamed event or streamed Super Bowl in history. 13.6 million viewers. And I didn't hear one person complain about that. Hulu can't get it together? What's going on over there? And then the awards, it seems fun. Some of the clips are fun or whatever. Again, I like Conan O'Brien. That's great. But I do really believe it's rigged. I really do. And one thing that stood out to me was this, what's the transgender musical that got so many
Amelia Perez.
Amelia Perez with Selena Gomez?
No. Well, Selena Gomez was in it, but I don't know if she was nominated. But it was the other...
She's the only one I know.
Other gal.
Zoe Saldana?
Yeah. Her. She's big right now, too. And they were in it, and then it's like this whole transgender narrative, and it got... I think 13 awards noms for the Oscars. Now, the thing about this is this movie was deeply unpopular across the spectrum from people from whatever political background you could think of. People did not like this movie. They didn't think it was good. They thought it was hacky. They did not think it was good. It got one under, I believe. I could be screwing this up, C-Lane, but fact check me here real time if you don't mind. Amelia Perez, I think is the name of the movie. But it got like one under the record of all-time nominations for a movie, right? This movie. And it almost seemed like they were like, this is a movie that's important. We got to prop it up here. We got to make sure it gets all the awards it possibly can.
Yeah,
And
one under.
How many total did it get?
It got 13. Titanic, All About Eve, and La La Land all tied for the most with 14 nominations each.
And just to see the disparity between people and reviewers, bring up the Rotten Tomatoes, if you don't mind, Celine, on that movie, because it, as far as I've seen it over time, it's just been really, 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 really bad. And it got almost the record of nominations. Now, the problem is, after this comes out, now... What's the split on Rotten Tomatoes?
Tomato meter, which is the reviewers, correct?
Yeah,
262 of them, 72%.
All right,
10,000 plus ratings on the popcorn meter. Give us a little guessy poo.
Last I saw, it was way down there. I think it was in the 20s.
Sabrina?
30.
16%.
Oh God.
Oh, it's lower than I thought. Okay, so the audience, like 10,000 reviews. The audience did not really like this movie, but it had almost a record for the amount of nominations. And then the transgender star of this movie,
very controversial,
came out with all sorts of stories about this person that were controversial,
not
problematic
even stories,
posts.
tweets.
Yeah, tweets and just different posts online that
Called
were...
her co-star Selena Gomez a rat. Where I'm like, this is going to be awkward
that might be
for
weird
everybody.
At the award show behind the scenes. All sorts of controversial tweets, right? And then the movie comes out, the award show airs, I should say, this weekend. And I think it only won 2 awards, I believe. It won like 1 or 2 awards in total. To be the most nominated, or right there, among the most nominated movies of all time, even the audience scores are so low. And then the controversy comes out, and then only 2 wins when that happens. It just seems fishy to me. It seems like there's somebody ozzing it up, pulling the levers behind the scenes here.
It seems like an Instagram account with 12 million followers, and then they post something and only like 3 or 4 people comment on it.
It's just suspicious. It seems a little suspicious to me. I'm a suspicious man. Wait, no, I'm not a suspicious man. That would imply that
Very suspicious man.
I don't want to be suspicious. I'm a person looking at the world in such a way that I'm suspicious. Okay, let's go to the updates.
Don't be suspicious.
Too late. I've already done it. I've already made a mistake here. Gene Hackman, when we left you last, we were talking about what happened with Gene Hackman. He was dead. His wife was dead. And we had a lot of questions.
Everyone dead.
And then the story came out this past weekend that I believe they said there was not signs of carbon monoxide poisoning,
Yes.
which now kind of forces you into a different pattern here where we go, if it's not carbon monoxide, which was what almost everybody thought right off the bat that killed Gene Hackman and his wife, and then, obviously his dog ended up dead at the house and all these mysterious circumstances. Well, what the hell was it? What was it? And some people were asking online over the weekend, and speculation, all speculation. But we're in like best guess territory. And I said, one thing that happened, and it was certainly of note, is that they said the last message, the last data from Gene Hackman's pacemaker.
I think event.
The last event.
Yeah,
that's
I think
the word
they use the word event.
The event being heart still beating.
Yeah, the last event from Gene Hackman's pacemaker was like a week or so before somebody discovered these bodies.
Or it might have been the last time that the pacemaker attempted to jolt the heart. Or
what do we know about that? How does that work? Like, would your doctor, if your pacemaker right now cuts out, would your doctor get a text and alert?
Here's the thing about that, and I had a talk with my mom this morning about it because she has a pacemaker.
Right.
And when she first got it and she got home, she had this base station that she had to set up next to her bed that gathered data from the pacemaker. And then once a quarter or something, it gets sent to her cardiologist. Or
so it's not live.
No, it's not live.
Interesting.
I thought, and I was wrong about this, but I thought that it was something where it was like, hey, if she's at home and has some sort of issue, which I thought I was like, I felt very good about this. I was like, oh, this is nice. If you're at home and you have some sort of issue, the thing's got a SIM card in it. It's going to call the authorities or it's going to do something for you. Not the case.
It seems like it really easily could be, though, doesn't it?
Absolutely does, except for the fact that your pacemaker, I mean, you can't be within range of the base station at all times, but you would think that at least, like, if something happens in your sleep.
Yeah. If you're at home, I would hope that would do something, but they said the last event from Gene Hackman's pacemaker was about a week or so before.
That's not the case, at least for hers. And I go, well, also Gene Hackman was 95. He might have had this pacemaker for a handful of decades.
That's true.
And so, it could have been an older model. I'd be curious if there are ones that would have some way of either via Bluetooth or some other communication system alerting the authorities if something happens to your heart like that.
Yeah. I guess that's
Be
not
nice
true.
if they did.
But my working theory was that maybe at 95, Gene Hackman or his wife had some sort of medical emergency. And let's say his wife in her mid-60s, she has a heart attack. She's going for the pills because they found pills all around her. She's trying to get to the medication she needs to help her out, and she ends up dying. And then him at 95 responding to the whole thing. He also has some sort of event, and then the dog that's nearby ends up getting into whatever's left on the floor, these pills. And I said, sort of the only thing I can think of is something along those lines, that line of narrative right there.
Well, did they say whose pills they were?
They didn't say if they were hers or his, which would be a very interesting fact, though. They were there were pills for thyroid issues, right? That was one of them, I believe, that they said in the warrant that we read.
One of them was blood pressure, too.
And then blood pressure, which maybe that, they wanted to get to these blood pressure pills. But there's a new theory that's emerged here that they're starting to float out. Again, all this grain of salt, but let's just take it in because it's kind of interesting. Screen legend Gene Hackman and his wife, Betsy Arakawa, could have died from food poisoning, according to a former FBI agent.
Interesting.
The mummified remains of the Oscar winner, 95, and his classical pianist wife, 65, were found in their $3.8 million Santa Fe home, but their cause of death remains a mystery. Toxicology. Could there have been some other type of poisoning? Possibly food. They'll go through their trash, their fridge. This is stuff the police can do in the meantime, they said. Maybe it was stuffed crust pizza.
Okay, please.
Right. Very possibly crazy. That. It
there
could
was
have been.
A very famous, they call him world famous forensic pathologist who has also put in his 2 cents.
What's that person said? They have a different
Dr.
theory?
Michael Baden.
All right, let's see. Do I know this guy?
He put out that Gene Hackman may have died from cardiac arrest. His wife died trying to get him his medication, and then she died by falling and hitting her head or suffering her own cardiac event of her own. And then we have what happened with the dog and why didn't she call 911 and dying in the process of it. And then there's another theory that says the Star Whackers are back.
Excuse me, what now?
Remember when Randy Quaid lost his mind a few years ago?
The Star Whackers.
And he was saying that there was a secret group that was killing off celebrities and stealing their fortunes.
Sounded for a second like you just asked why the dog didn't call 911.
No.
I would say
explain why the dog might be dead, though.
Yeah, I would say that there's no excuse. If lady doesn't call 911 if I have a medical emergency, I will be very, very angry.
I mean, I've seen so many dogs on TikTok, like their owners are on the ground. And the dog literally opened the fridge, grabbed a water bottle for her. I'm like,
That's
Carl,
nice.
Come on, man. I'll get smaller water bottles. Help me.
Yeah, I see those videos too. The dogs are amazing. Like I saw that one where that woman just so happened to be filming herself doing dishes when she was hit with some sort of attack. And the dog...
You're
the dog
very
saved.
sus today. Noted. Allergy medicine. Sean questions everything.
A little suspicious, okay? A little suspicious. So... we don't know, but there's no signs of foul play. They've said one of the 3 dogs was found inside a kennel. The other was healthy. The other two were healthy and roaming around.
So if the kennel was locked, then the dog just didn't have access to food.
Could be that was the unfortunate case for that little dude. All right, we're going to hear from you in just a moment. We got the next episode on the way. We got a lot of dispatches coming in. I still got to get to this woman who she's floating around an idea. She says this is going to happen. She says they're about to drop a bomb on us all and change the way prison works. And when I saw this, I said, I haven't heard anybody talking about this. A way to change prison? I haven't heard this at all. But we'll fact check this lady and put the fact check army on this to see if there's any truth to her claims. We will get to that. I promise. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is the Jim Colbert Show.
Today on The Big Show, Sabby from the News Junkie sits in with us. A man sues a theater for something crazy and wins. A surprise study about LSD. We'll do What'd You Do That's New. For trivia, it's race and movie tickets. And we'll end it up with It's Only Money with Scott Brown from Edgewater Family Wealth. Plus, your calls, texts, and talkbacks.
The Jim Colbert Show, today at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
Traffic slowing down on I-4 eastbound before US 27 and after State Road 429 between Osceola Parkway and after State Road 535. All lanes are blocked southbound on US Highway 1 at I-95. Traffic starting to slow down on Orange Blossom Trail near the Ramp Junction where Florida's Turnpike and the Beach Line meet. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by In Touch Ministries.
Listen to the In Touch Radio Network on iHeartRadio, featuring the biblically based teachings of Dr. Charles Stanley. Just search for the In Touch Ministries channel on the iHeartRadio app or visit intouch.org.
Do you already have a mortgage quote and you're wondering if it's any good? Stop wondering and find out with that mortgage guy, Don. Compare your quote because it's so easy to do when you go to thatmortgageguydon.com. You go to the website, you click the button that says compare, upload your quote, and that mortgage guy, Don, will tell you if it's any good. A study has shown that less than 20% of people compare the first mortgage quote they get. So don't be a slacker. Get peace of mind right there at your fingertips by going to thatmortgageguydon.com. Work with an expert and a friend that you can trust.
Don't miss the boat. Compare your quote with thatmortgageguydon.com.
Getting a new fence doesn't need to be a hassle. The pros at Fence Outlet will help you with everything from start to finish, including measurements, ordering materials, dealing with local ordinances, and complete installation. Consult with a knowledgeable Fence Outlet representative and they'll help you get started today. Go to fenceoutlet.com. License number C10252 and C10803.
Buying a house or selling yours? The Nickley Group makes it as easy as ABC. And 1, 2... Oh, and fast, too, because the Nickley Group can get a guaranteed cash offer on your home today. Just visit thenickley.com.
Everyone deserves a fast and reliable connection, one that helps better their everyday through the things they value most: friends and family, education and career. A connection that opens pathways to opportunity and builds roads to a better future. At Spectrum, we're committed to delivering just that every single day. Because with the right connection, anything's possible. That's Life Unlimited. That's Spectrum.
Are you a business owner, CEO, or responsible for marketing? If you are, iHeartMedia can help you reach your goals and find new customers. We reach more consumers in your target area than anyone else. And we can give you access to those potential customers more cost-effectively across radio, digital, podcasting, and social. We'd love to show you how iHeartMedia can work for you. Get started today by calling 844-844-iHeart. That's 844-844-iHeart.
iHeartMedia presents the Fresh from Florida Groceries Giveaway. 50 lucky winners will each receive a $100 grocery voucher to indulge in Fresh from Florida goodness. Enter to win at iHeart.com/freshfromflorida. iHeartMedia presents the Fresh from Florida Groceries Giveaway. 50 lucky winners will each receive a $100 grocery voucher to indulge in Fresh from Florida goodness. Enter to win at iHeart.com/freshfromflorida.
Have you heard about Goldbacks? They're a local gold currency that can be used right here in Florida. Goldbacks are real 24-karat gold that you can hold right in your hand. They look like cash, but they don't inflate like cash. And here's the best part. We're giving them away absolutely free. Residents can claim their free half Goldback by visiting freegoldback.com and getting it shipped right to your home. It's real gold, it's really free, and it's yours. Claim one today at freegoldback.com before they're gone.
Did you know that virtual dolphins could be the key to managing stress? Or that electronic music could save the world from malaria? Believe it or not, it is all true. And you can hear these stories plus many more all this week on Part-Time Genius as we count down the 25 greatest science ideas of the past 25 years. It's a week full of fact-packed episodes you will not want to miss.
NASA scientists have already fast-tracked another important use for black fungus, protecting astronauts from cosmic radiation.
Open your free iHeartRadio app, search Part-Time Genius, and listen now.
Here in Orlando, we know life doesn't slow down for anything, especially a broken garage door. Since 2002, Precision Garage Door has been proudly serving the Orlando community. Local and reliable, that's what makes them different. Their vans are fully stocked, so when you call, their fully vetted techs are ready to provide you with same-day service. Whether it's a stuck door or a snap spring, they have you covered right when you need it most. We know a broken garage door can't wait, which is why we're always prepared to help by keeping our vans fully stocked. Call Precision Garage Door today or visit them online at PrecisionGarageDoor.com. Precision Garage Door. Garage doors done right. Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Allergies are torture, but Exact from Aspire Allergy and Sinus can help you beat your allergies for good. Exact is clinically proven to give long-term lasting allergy relief in 3 injections. That's right, allergy relief in 3 injections. No matter how long you've suffered, no matter what else you've tried, with 3 injections, you can experience relief from your allergies. Exact from Aspire Allergy and Sinus. Go to aspireallergy.com to book your appointment today. aspireallergy.com.
If you're living with dry age-related macular degeneration or dry AMD, you may be at risk for developing geographic atrophy or GA. GA can be unpredictable and progress rapidly, leading to irreversible vision loss. Now there's something you can do to
slow it down and get it going slower.
Izervay is proven to slow GA progression.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Izervay or avacincaptad Pagel is a prescription eye injection used to treat GA. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may temporarily increase eye pressure. Your vision may be impaired after an eye injection or exam. Don't delay. Ask your doctor about Izervay today.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Visit Izervay.com. That's IZERVAY.com.
We know you're loving the new preset feature on the new and improved iHeartRadio app.
So cool, thank you.
But did you know that you can make almost anything a preset? Your favorite local station, sure. But your favorite podcast, that amazing playlist you made for free, even iHeart stations you can't get on the radio, like 24/7 Beatles and iHeart 80s.
That's a game changer.
Whatever you choose, it's as easy as a tap to make a preset. Find out what everyone's talking about and get the new and improved free iHeartRadio app today.
GMC Sierra trucks in stock now at orangebuickgmc.com. We are professional grade.
Three best friends diving into the deep end of internet culture. This is
.com/share, thenewsjunkie.com/share, and you could spread the word about this show on a Share the Show Tuesday. Ain't no party like a measle party, because a measle party don't stop, as they say. That's what's happening out there.
It could stop a few things, I think.
Could stop a couple kids dead in their tracks, actually, Sealand. It could be a real detrimental plan to the future of some of these kids. But this is alleged to have been a thing that's happening where when we were youngins, we used to have somebody in the friend group that got chicken pox. It's like, everybody's having a sleepover. Here you go, kids.
God, mine was so early on. And I'm, the oldest of 4 children, so it worked out that everyone had chicken pox.
Right. Your mom and dad just say, let's just get this over with. This is fine. And I'm no doctor here. I'm no medical professional. I believe chicken pox is like way easier to deal with as a kid than measles is.
Correct.
I
believe you're supposed to, it's way easier as a kid to deal with it because I think you're not supposed to get it as an adult.
No, you want to knock this out if you can. And that's why parents used to do that. But now they're suggesting that with this outbreak of measles in Texas, that there are some parents over in West Texas in particular where 146 cases of measles have been reported that are having some sort of parties where the kids can spread this around. Is it a social media thing? Is it an actual thing?
Oh, so we're filming it.
No, they're not posting videos that I've seen. But this was, hold on, who is this that is speaking
Everybody
here?
play measles mouth.
It's gross. This is the city of Lubbock, Texas, and their official update with all the authorities about measles and the outbreak in the city. And they were asking questions and answering questions, and they suggested that there were some measles parties that were going on. I think this is the doctor talking about this. Here he is.
That you've gotten locally. In sort of a two-pronged question, Dr. Cook, you mentioned measles parties. Is that something you're hearing about? Delicious. And then also on the other side, have you seen sort of responses of people that were maybe vaccine hesitant before coming in to get their children vaccinated after seeing this outbreak and the effects that it's had?
All right, let's hear from the
Let me
doctor.
answer the first one. That's mostly been about the measles parties, been social media talk. Okay. Historically that, we used to talk about, I'm old enough before measles, but
come on, Doc.
Really came out in full. It did come out in the 60s. And then chickenpox vaccine, they were talking chickenpox parties, those sorts of things. My parents didn't participate in those. I've only seen really talk about those things on social media.
All right, he's saying, I've only seen talk about these things on social media. He doesn't know if people are actually holding these ragers for the measles to spread around just like the little kids used to do back in the day. But it is popping up out there. So beware, be careful, make smart decisions, friends. We go over to this real quick because I teased it earlier. And there's a woman, she's got a theory on her hands, and we'll unleash our fact-check army on this and see what we could find out. Maybe this woman knows what she's talking about. Maybe this is legit. Maybe it's the real deal. Maybe it's more true than any measles party ever. Let's see what she says. She's talking about a brand new prison that allows inmates to serve years of their prison sentences in just a matter of minutes. What is she talking about?
So they coming up with a new prison that allows inmates to serve years of their sentence in just a matter of minutes.
I'm skeptical right off the bat, and I know I'm a little skeptical today. It does. It sounds a little bit like, hey, how far did you watch a little too many movies in the past week or so?
Without even listening to what she has to say, just what she's saying and the imagery that they're pairing with it, it sounds like the technology from that Mission to Mars movie. I don't know if that's the exact, but where they were all supposed to sleep the whole time. And then one of them woke up and then woke the girl up, and then they're out of food because they were awake this whole time eating all the food.
That's a Chris Pratt vehicle you're talking about.
It was a Chris Pratt vehicle.
Yeah, Jennifer Lawrence, Chris Pratt teaming up on that one. And yeah, that was one of the things that they did. She's saying they're going to do that for prisoners, which I'll just say, I don't think anybody's doing this. But if anybody did bring up the idea to sort of put prisoners into a coma and then wake them up when their sentences are over, no. Are you kidding me? It's like, that's the point of it. It sucks.
I mean, if you're the prisoner, great idea.
Yeah,
sounds like a fantastic one. Sign me up.
See you in a decade. Hopefully everybody's still alive in 2035. Peace. And you wake up and then, you're out of prison. No. That's a big no.
The criminals is going to have a choice to spend tens of years behind bars, or they can make the choice to get the artificial memory implanted into their brain. So this process is called Cognify.
Oh, she's going another angle here. They put the memory of you spending 10 years behind bars in your head, and then it's just like you had that experience. All right? So you go, they sentence you. That's Christopher Dolores Lane. You have been sentenced to 10 years in federal prison.
Damn it,
for murdering animals.
Murdering animals?
And you don't get out one day sooner than that.
10 years for that?
In a fit of rage, you killed Lexi, and now you have to serve your time. C-Lane gets 10 years. And they put an implant in his head that makes him think he spent 10 years. That's even worse. Your body didn't even do the time.
And the intent of it is to treat the criminal like a patient. They're going to try to change the person's brain chemistry. After this process, when they re-enter society, they will be new and reformed, and they won't even be capable of committing any other crime.
This sounds weird.
The chip can make the patient feel empathetic. Depending on the severity of the crime, the chip can also make you feel the emotional and physical pain of the victim and the family members. You can feel what they felt.
Yeah, I don't know. Let's see. Hold on. Let's just.
My favorite part is that she's in scrubs.
Prison,
so
brain.
I really do enjoy the way she says society. We're integrated into society.
So she's not crazy. She's not crazy. This says AI-generated visuals, brain implants, a new prison concept. Now, it's a concept, of course. It says, takes a leaf out of a Clockwork Orange. And the story says, prison systems globally are arguably archaic, but a Berlin, Germany-based film worker and science communicator. I feel like you could put that title on anybody. That's like a Bill Nye the Science Guy thing. You're not a scientist. You're a science communicator. Looking to change that into a bit more of a Clockwork Orange-esque system. So they said this would make people watch films portraying murder, rape, and torture, and they would make criminals feel the emotional effects of their crimes. Well, what if they're into it, though? Then you're just showing them stuff that they want to see anyhow. These AI-generated, fabricated visuals of crimes reportedly would be so detailed that the offender, aided by the brain implant, will be forced to confront the emotional effects of their crimes, making them less likely to commit offenses in the future.
Yeah, or just be traumatized and not okay.
This is adorable. This is made by people who aren't sociopathic, homicidal lunatics. Could you ever consider in your world that there are people who actually like that kind of content? They would be like, oh, you're going to make me watch that? Hell yeah. I want to watch that.
New age lobotomy?
Kind of, like a digital lobotomy in a way, yeah. They said Cognify would put a device and it would ensure that implanted memories or visuals of crimes are integrated seamlessly into the brain's neural networks, giving a prisoner a very real experience of the effects of their crime, like the effect on a victim's mind and body. And this will be the prison of the future. You don't even have to serve your time, baby.
This is a prison concept, but it sounds like they're describing the idea of things that we can't actually do yet.
I don't think we can. Yeah, I don't think we don't have the ability to do whatever weird Minority Report-esque stuff this lady's talking about.
If they really want to focus on doing that for prisons, they better already have the Matrix ability to just download Spanish into my head and boom.
Yeah, the good stuff first. Please, why are the prisoners getting this first? All right, when we come back, the next episode with Sabrina. What's coming up on the next episode?
I'm so glad you asked. What's coming up on the next episode? A small recap of the Academy Awards, but a big dive into the juicy blind items, plus a dash of Adrian Brody's bubblegum launch at his girlfriend's face. A mystery is afoot in a Berkshire town after a Paddington Bear statue was stolen. Well, half of it was. Plus, Billy Joel took a tumble and Wes Scatlin got roofied. All that and so much more coming up on the next episode.
And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Brought to you by MyEternalVitality.com and Modern Plumbing Industries. At 9 p.m., it's Real Laughs with comedians James Miguel and Ken. And Real Music starts tonight at 10 on Real Radio 104.1.
Broadcasting live from the Cool Today Weather Center at CoolToday.com.
Happy Tuesday, Central Florida. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team Meteorologist Jessica Dobson, and today is going to overall be a quiet and seasonable day, a high of 78 degrees in Orlando. As we head into our Wednesday, though, it is a Fox 35 Weather Impact Day. It will be a warm and windy day to start. We'll expect high temperatures in the low 80s. But we are also going to be tracking a cold front, bringing with it the potential of a couple of strong to severe storms. Those have the potential of bringing some strong, damaging wind gusts, heavy rain, and the potential of small hail. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by Shoe Station.
Shoe Station is now open at Seminole Town Center. Experience shoe shopping like never before. All the brands you love like Brooks, Birkenstock, Nike, and more. Plus, don't miss Shoe Station's grand opening on Saturday, March 15th. Shoe Station, now open at Seminole Town Center.
Thank you for making Mercedes-Benz of South Orlando one of the premier luxury dealerships in Central Florida. We are the official dealer of luxury, providing the ultimate VIP experience at a price you can afford. Call Monica Ventura at 689-319-7680. That's 689-319-7680. We guarantee you will be treated like VIP and nothing less. Across from the mall at Millennium.
Daytona Bike Week is back. February 28th, March 9th. There's no better place to celebrate than at the iconic Daytona International Speedway. Home to the area's largest motorcycle marketplace with top manufacturer displays, top-of-the-line gear, custom bikes, and more. Plus, free demo rides and all the excitement of Harley-Davidson Thunder Rally. It all culminates Saturday, March 8th with America's most historic motorcycle race, the Daytona 200. Daytona International Speedway is the place to celebrate Bike Week.
Fargo, your virtual assistant from Wells Fargo, makes banking faster and easier. Like this.
Fargo, what did I spend on groceries last month?
And this.
Fargo, turn off my debit card.
And this.
Fargo, what's my checking account routing number?
And that's just the beginning. Do you, Fargo? You can in the Wells Fargo mobile app. Learn more at wellsfargo.com/getfargo.
Fargo is only available on the smartphone versions of the Wells Fargo mobile app. Wells Fargo Bank N.A., member FDIC.
Victim of a slip and fall? It takes one phone call to take back control of your life. Anajar and Levine will fight to get you the compensation you deserve. Call me, Mark Anajar, for a free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
In Office Orlando.
If you're living with dry age-related macular degeneration or dry AMD, you may be at risk for developing geographic atrophy or GA. GA can be unpredictable and progress rapidly, leading to irreversible vision loss. Now there's something you can do to
slow it down and get it going slower.
Izervay is proven to slow GA progression.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Izervay or avacincaptad pagel is a prescription eye injection used to treat GA. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may temporarily increase eye pressure. Your vision may be impaired after an eye injection or exam. Don't delay. Ask your doctor about Izervay today.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Visit Izervay.com. That's IZERVAY.com.
Lowe's knows that free is just better. That's why My Lowe's Rewards is free to join and lets you unlock member-only deals. Earn points towards My Lowe's money and more. Join for free today. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Details at lowes.com/terms subject to change.
Kevin, why is my auto insurance so expensive? I need to switch because my company raised my rates again.
I hear you, Jay. I had the same problem, but then I called Acceptance. They saved me hundreds on my car insurance.
Really?
Yes, Acceptance was great. They did all the work comparing different plans and found me the best payment options that fit my budget.
Do you have their number?
Sure do. 800-606-7049. 800-606-7049.
Why pay more for auto insurance? Acceptance Insurance has offices in your neighborhood, and one call to Acceptance could save you up to 30% on your car insurance. 800-606-7049. Let Acceptance shop for you by comparing and finding the best rates. You could save up to 30%. 800-606-7049. 800-606-7049. Acceptance Insurance. We shop, you save. Restrictions apply based on Q1 2024 study of Acceptance Insurance customers who reported saving when they switched. License number L012294.
Real Radio is on Threads at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
The show that takes you from Skywall summer to Jack Rocket fall.
And beyond, don't forget, take this very lovely radio station and make it a preset on your iHeartRadio app. It's absolutely free to do. And honestly, it's super convenient to have right there, the station, if you like listen to the station, or even the News Junkie podcast. Right there is a preset on your iHeartRadio app. All right, let's get into it. Let's do the next episode.
Because there's a lot on TV, and you can't possibly keep up with all of it, even though you should, because what else are you going to talk about?
I want to get the stuffed crust pizza.
Nothing. Weather's nice. It's time for the next episode with Sabrina.
Hey.
Smoke weed every day.
Hold up. The next episode brought to you by that mortgage guy, Don. That's right, mortgage in his name, because that's what he knows. But on top of that, he's looking out for you. Best interest in mind. Gonna treat you like a friend instead of a number like all the other mortgage companies would. When you're making big life decisions like refinancing, buying your first dream home, debt consolidation, starting a business. You got to work with someone you can trust, and it's that mortgage guy, Don. Go to the website, thatmortgageguydon.com, to get the process started today.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with thatmortgageguydon.com.
Be on your best behavior.
For what?
Got somebody in the room here observing.
Oh, I got an observer?
Back in the school days where the principal would be in the back of the room.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that.
The principal is here?
It's my sweet, sweet Tracy, who's going to sell me, and she's going to help me pay off these Beyonce tickets. Right, Gal?
Hey, you know what you should do for Tracy there?
Mm-hmm.
You should let Tracy see how engaged our audience is. Just bring the texting service up in front of Tracy.
There's only one monitor. So
And
what,
then
are they
she can
already
see-
talking smack about me?
No, they're not talking smack about you, but you like that's the way to see how much the gas pedal can be hit on this show. If you just
You're just going to see it just with the three of us, if that's all right.
Sure.
And we'll see,
at the very least.
No, please don't. 17 years ago, 2008, this group right here, wait for it, it's a remix.
Let's do it!
Lil Jon. Oh,
Chumbawamba.
Chumbawamba is right, and Chumbawamba set a record for the longest album title with the release of The Boy Bands Have Won. The ridiculously long full title contains 864 characters, 156 words, and I asked a British AI to read all of it within 30 seconds. Away we go.
The boy bands have won, and all the copyists and the tribute bands and the TV talent show producers have won. If we allow our culture to be shaped by mimicry, whether from lack of ideas or from exaggerated respect, you should never try to freeze culture. What you can do is recycle that culture. Take your older brother's hand-me-down jacket.
It's too long.
This is reading like more of a blog than an album title.
So how about just in 5 seconds? Perfect.
Still annoying.
That is
I understood
entire,
it.
Yeah, absolutely. So
That's how I listen to my podcasts. I put them on like 95 speed just to be a
makes sense.
monster. Mm-hmm.
Speaking of monsters, happy birthday to the March Babies, and one of my favorite influencers on Instagram. His name is Soupy Garbage Juice, and every month, Soupy Garbage Juice.
All right.
And every month he makes a birthday song and reminds everybody, for example, those born in March, around what time you were made by your parents.
Happy birthday, it is March. You are an aging work of art. It's time to blow up some balloons because your parents didn't use one when they that night in June on a beach under the moon. I presume that's why they're staying inside your brain. You are insane. Happy birthday, all the same.
What does he do the rest of the month?
Nothing. He waits.
Prepares the next song.
He
which
waits.
that'll be me. April 25th is my birthday, so I'm curious how he is going to ruin that for me. Someone not having a birthday, and we must bid adieu, is Carl Dean, husband of Dolly Parton, has passed away.
Oh, that's sad. Yeah.
Yes, passed away yesterday at the age of 82.
How long were they married, those two?
Over 60 years.
That's gotta be
They've
tough.
been married for 58, have known each other for over 60 years.
Yeah, that's tough. That's really tough.
A mystery man, by the way. We almost never saw him, but she has talked about him for decades, loves him very much. Words can't do justice to the love we shared for over 60 years. Thank you for your prayers and sympathy, said Dolly. She met Carl outside the wishy-washy laundromat the day she moved to Nashville in 1964 when she was 18. They got married 2 years later, have been together ever since. Until, he started knocking on heaven's door.
Yesterday, Courtney went out with her nieces to grab some lunch and was spending some time with them. And she was talking, and they were like, well, how long have you and Sean been together? And she goes, oh, we've been together 11 years.
Damn, it's been 11.
Her little niece said, that's over 4,000 days. Oh. And I was
that was quick math.
All right, a little kid from Jerry Maguire. Yes, that is true. But when you think about things in terms of days, it really puts an extra emphasis on it, I think. 4,000 days is a lot.
Yeah, it really is. But so for our 12-year coming up this year, it'll be in the 4,000th something days, right?
Yeah, it's like over 3,000 shows we've done, and all of them bangers, baby. All of them.
You better believe it. Speaking of bangers, it's a weird segue, but news nonetheless. Tragedy has struck, of all things, the 80s cruise.
Yeah, right.
Now, I got the inside scoop, but now it's hitting the mainstream, specifically TMZ.com, where I printed out this article. It was the first day, and on the 80s cruise, Royal Caribbean's ship, and it is some sad, weird news. The fiance of a band called Faster Pussycat. Whoa. The lead singer... his fiance died after, quote, going overboard.
Yikes.
Yes, Kimberly Birch, the front man, tamed down. And if you could just pull up his picture.
All right, hang on. What's his name? Tamed down?
Like Taime and down with an E. Downy?
Tammy?
Tammy?
Oh, my. Is this the guy?
Faster Pussycat.
He looks like he lives in the sewers.
Well, he was on a cruise ship, and this was the first day of the cruise. That all of a sudden, there was a halt of the ship. Lights surrounding cruise ships are around looking for Kimberly Birch, but it has been announced that she has died.
Damn. I think, did you see in the story, like, I may have been like a Diveroo situation.
Excuse me?
They were in the middle of an argument. Like,
so here's the thing. Yeah, they were in the middle of an argument. And from what I understand, it was like the 8th balcony, very high up.
That's pretty high.
It's not a place in which someone just falls off. It is. You have to either send yourself or be sent. Right. And that was a lot of the rumors going around, especially after the lead singer of this band was escorted off the ship.
Really? Oh, no.
And this is all rumor has it, but at the very least, it's unclear at this point.
They think he escorted her off the ship?
I cannot say.
Well, it's either that or she One Directioned off the thing. Like, it's in the middle of an argument, so that seems very concerning, I guess I should say.
A little fishy. Ocean pun. Kimberly had been drinking on the cruise, says a couple people, something that was out of character for her. She adds Kimberly wasn't dealing with any depression or emotional issues, was actually excited about the trip out of Miami. And then first day, she is off the ship. They say U.S. Coast Guard, they spent, a good amount of hours trying to look for her. I saw some footage of other cruise ships that were just pointing their lights, trying to find said body.
I can tell that
they moved on.
I can tell that you're obviously nervous about having somebody else in your studio because 1,000%, if she wasn't there, you would have played that sound of the person flying off the building.
Okay.
100%. That would have happened.
Have it ready necessarily.
If there wasn't somebody who was like an adult in the room right now.
Why are you doing this to me right now?
You would have gone, wee!
And then she's going to write down, Sabrina makes really off-color jokes. I am running out of time already, so maybe we can dive into the Oscar blind items because there are a lot of them. As far as the website that usually puts them out, Crazy Days, Crazy Nights, the other way around. As of like this morning, there was like 45 blind items. All the juicy gossip with people guessing who's attached to it. For example, they're saying that these two singing co-stars were overheard talking about how they'll get the last laugh on part 2 of their film releases.
Oh my boy! I wonder what that is.
The Oscar
Wicked,
winner
obviously.
kicked Mick Jagger.
Mick what?
You know that small cup that they use, bartenders, to help with
It's an Irish one.
Mick Jagger.
It's a
Tracy,
shot
you can write
measure
down,
from
Sabrina's bad
McDonald's.
at speaking.
Oh, man.
Apparently, this Oscar winner kicked Mick Jagger off the stage at an after party to finish the full version of his expectant speech. And I am very scared that that's Adrian Brody, who went on for a record for the Oscars, 6.5 minutes. What'd I
That's
say?
a little verbose.
What are you laughing at the second part? What'd I do?
Well, I think you said something speech.
Expectant speech.
I'm getting very nervous right now.
Wait, you
Mostly 'cause I'm
speaking
running out of
all-
time.
You always do this. You do it every day. Why would you be worried about this, right? Just because somebody's
I'm
watching
getting
you?
observed.
Mm-hmm.
Adrian set an Oscar record for his acceptance speech. It was
longer than Cuba Gooding?
Longer than. It was 5 minutes and 40 seconds. I saw other outlets that were saying like 6 minutes and 20 seconds. And the longest one that was recorded was back in 1943, Greer Garson, who did 5 minutes and 30 seconds.
Typical
what I can
Greer.
say, watching the entirety of Adrian Brody's speech, is that it was 6 minutes of absolutely nothing.
Oh, it wasn't very exciting.
To the point where he cut the music off, and he's like, please stop. I've been here before.
And who else? And Judy Becker, the real Oslo Toth.
Oslo Toth.
Who deserves to be up here as well.
Wait for it. Here we go.
And I'm wrapping up. Please. I'm wrapping up.
Drop the
I
mic.
will wrap up. Please turn the music off. I've done this before. Thank you.
Wow.
And then he went on for 3 more minutes saying absolutely nothing.
Music, I was a pussy in that moment. If he says turn the music off, louder.
They should have gone with
Louder.
Conan's bit of showing John Lithgow disappointed.
That would have been good, actually. Yeah.
And then I guess the most egregious part is that right before he went to accept his award, he threw his gum at his girlfriend's face.
Ew.
Which is disgusting. Just
All right.
swallow it.
Yeah, I saw a lot of like arrest Adrian Brody.
Yeah, let's call for it right now. On the boob tube.
Let's do it!
We got Kitchen Nightmares on Fox. President Trump's address to the Congress at 9 p.m. Series premiere of Denise Richards and her Wild Things on Bravo. That should be a hoot. And sadly, the first season finale of Paradise on Hulu. Dana McBride will be on Kimmel. And you follow your dreams. Send me on Instagram at Sabrina Ambra. And most importantly, stay with me, America.
Smoke weed every day.
Thank you, Sabrina. People don't
thank
like
you.
Adrian Brody. They are not fans.
He looked like a douche.
And Michael on YouTube says, is Sabby having her yearly review? What is this lady making notes of? It's none
I'm
of your
going to
business.
get fired.
Sarah.
Bye, guys.
It's none of your business. She just, when somebody is next to Sabrina, it will distract her, and then she feels like she can't do the normal
I welcome
stuff.
her. I just needed you guys to have my back.
We
And I
always
do
have your
one
back.
one little flub.
When do we not have your back?
You know that one time.
You know what? I don't want to open a can of worms right now with a guest in the house. You know,
Thank
we
you.
can't do that. It's
Do
like-
it. Do
No,
it.
I can't
do
do
it.
it.
The year was 2014.
Okay, quick break. When we come back, we've got a lot to get into. We got to talk about SNL this weekend for at least a moment or two. And there is a sheriff's officer in this body cam footage. You wait till you hear this. Wait till you hear the whole interaction that went down with him. All that and a whole lot more in a very busy Share the Show Thursday. Coming up, Share the Show Tuesday. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
It's like a text message with your voice. The TalkBack feature on the free iHeartRadio app. Follow Real Radio 104.1, tap the microphone, and speak.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Police activities blocking lanes on U.S. Highway 1 southbound at destination Daytona Lane. Traffic still slowing down on I-4 eastbound before U.S. 27 and after State Road 429. Between Osceola Parkway and after State Road 535, there's a car stopped off onto the shoulder on I-4 westbound near Lake Mary Boulevard. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Rasmussen University.
At Rasmussen University, we offer a full suite of nursing programs from pre-licensure to doctoral, online and on campus. Programs vary by campus. Learn more at rasmussen.edu/Florida.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com.
Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Are you hiding your smile because of missing or damaged teeth? Solid Bite can help. With the latest techniques and technology, you'll be showing off your smile in no time. Call Solid Bite in Melbourne now to receive your free booklet. 321-259-8000.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you've been injured in a car accident, call America's largest injury law firm. For over 35 years, my mission has been to deliver more for our clients, to deliver more for you. Injured? Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Are you a business owner, CEO, or responsible for marketing? If you are, iHeartMedia can help you reach your goals and find new customers. We reach more consumers in your target area than anyone else, and we can give you access to those potential customers more cost-effectively across radio, digital, podcasting, and social. We'd love to show you how iHeartMedia can work for you. Get started today at iHeartAdvertising.com. That's iHeartAdvertising.com.
Here in Orlando, we know life doesn't slow down for anything, especially a broken garage door. Since 2002, Precision Garage Door has been proudly serving the Orlando community. Local and reliable, that's what makes them different. Their vans are fully stocked, so when you call, their fully vetted techs are ready to provide you with same-day service. Whether it's a stuck door or a snap spring, they have you covered right when you need it most. We know a broken garage door can't wait, which is why we're always prepared to help by keeping our vans fully stocked. Call Precision Garage Door today or visit them online at PrecisionGarageDoor.com. Precision Garage Door. Garage doors done right.
Is your financial advisor offering you up to a 30% upfront bonus? Are they promising you up to 10% growth per year guaranteed for your retirement income? If not, you need a new financial advisor. I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth. If you plan to retire within the next 10 years, don't wait only to find out it's too late. I've seen hard-working folks like you retire only to be required to go back to work, all because their advisor told them guarantees like these were too good to be true. They're not. That's up to $30,000 up front or up to $10,000 per year on $100,000, all guaranteed for retirement income. Don't work when you're supposed to be retired. And if any financial advisor tells you it's too good to be true, they simply don't have the options we do. Call Trajan today at 407-213-0000.
Annuity guarantees are based on the claims paying ability of the issuing insurance company.
Warning, if you're thinking about surgery to fix your chronic joint pain, stop, because surgery can be risky, painful, and come with a lengthy recovery time. But there is an alternative, a groundbreaking therapy that revitalizes damaged tissue with no surgery, no drugs, and no downtime. QC Kinetics has successfully treated tens of thousands of patients, freeing them from pain in their knees, shoulders, hips, and other joints. Before you resort to invasive surgery, find out if you're a candidate for this advanced regenerative therapy by calling 689-314-7578. Don't let chronic pain dictate your life any longer, and don't risk surgery. Learn more about the joint pain therapy endorsed by professional athletes and available now to the public, but only for qualified candidates. To find out if you're eligible, request a free consultation from QC Kinetics. You owe it to yourself to learn more about this surgery-free alternative with no drugs and no downtime. Call QC Kinetics today, 689-314-7578. 689-314-7578.
Looking to upgrade your yard? Fence Outlet specializes in stunning new fence installations at competitive prices. Don't just fence in your yard, transform it. Quality fences that add style, privacy, and an upgrade to every home. Go to fenceoutlet.com to book your free estimate. License number C10252 and C10803.
Life doesn't stop after you've been involved in a car accident. You've got things to do and places to be. If your car is damaged, call Farah & Farah anytime, 7 days a week. Farah & Farah, Orlando.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. From car accidents to personal injury cases, Mo has you covered. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1, Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free, new and improved iHeart Radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Radio. 104.1.
On a constant quest to stay calm, like that bear in the hammock.
That's when you spread the word about the News Junkie radio show and just hang out with us, man. That's what we do around here, going over the most viral stories on planet Earth each day and having a little bit of fun, hopefully. Tips at thenewsjunkie.com. Mandy emails the show, and there was a very heated debate earlier about stuffed crust pizza. She wants to weigh in on that. That's fine, Mandy. Mandy says, have you heard the recent rumblings about the origins of stuffed crust pizza? It was a government inside job, allegedly. I agree with Sean. It's gross and unnecessary, she says. It's a government inside job to create stuffed crust pizza? Hang on. She sends a link here. It's from chowhound.com. I don't know if they're legit or not, but I have heard of Chowhound. I've seen a link before. How milk overproduction helped create Pizza Hut's cheesiest pizza, this says. And they talk about how there was a collaborative effort between the U.S. government and American dairy farmers to do stuffed crust pizza, I guess, and put the cheese in the damn pizza. And that was one of the things that took off. I did not know the government was involved, but very unsurprising to me, Mandy, with how vile that actually is. Over to DJ Rage, who emails, and he says, I'm on the road. I can't listen, but I thought this would be interesting for the show. I just got an alert saying there are sex tapes of Luigi Mangione.
Okay.
And they are with men, he says. And he says, haven't been able to verify. Sex tapes of the guy who shot and killed the healthcare CEO.
Yeah, I thought it was already made known that he was gay.
I don't remember. I don't know. I mean, it would be probably a little bit of a shock to the throngs of women who are waiting at the courthouse in these little, like, holding pens.
Okay, so I guess it has not been reported.
For court. No.
It has not been reported, but there is rumors, unverified accounts that he may be bisexual, but he did become a, quote, gay icon online, according to Newsweek in December of 2024.
Okay. For killing the healthcare CEO? That was big with the gays?
Like shirtless pictures that came out afterwards.
All right. Well, we're keeping an eye on him. I have heard the rumors of the sex tape stuff, and they're like, he actually wants people to see this. I don't know if any of that's confirmed or true. It's just like real low-level rumor stuff so far. But I do want to talk about SNL, which was on again, obviously, this weekend. And I took a moment and I watched a couple of the skits, and I watched the opening monologue and whatnot. And I'll preface with this. Shane Gillis is a very funny guy. He's a very funny guy. He's probably the comedian of the moment. He is the comedian that most comedians want to be, I think, right now, in like this, in this very moment in our zeitgeist. And he, in podcast form and long form stuff, is one of the best. He's very, 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 very good. But that guy is not great at the SNL monologues.
No,
he just he seems like he's making it up as he goes along when I listen to him.
When it comes to like stand-up comedians that are hosts, that, from what I understand, and C-Lane, correct me if I'm wrong, because I feel like you've talked about this. For the most part, they like put it together themselves as a tight five or what have you, versus it being written for them like actors,
right?
That are hosting.
And I think I don't like that.
You'd rather them be written for? Or?
I like when it's a celebrity and they go there and they tell like a little story and they got a couple of jokes here or there and the crew kind of participates a little bit. It feels like breaking format to me when they just grab the mic and like, hey, everybody, I just flew in from... It's weird.
But then you have Chappelle, who is like, that's the tradition, and he sits up there and lights 2 cigarettes.
They'll give Chappelle like 10 whole minutes.
Yeah, they'll let Chappelle do whatever he wants.
But, yeah, the cigarettes part especially.
And I looked, and I'm like, he doesn't smoke it ever. He just lights it up.
Yeah.
Really?
Takes one puff, and then it just sits there in his fingers.
Fun
fact.
He tends to, I think he at least prepares what he does for SNL. And I read some of the tweets about Shane Gillis. Everybody was saying his monologue was super awkward and terrible, which made me lower my lower my standard for it. Like my expectations were very low from reading Twitter, and then like Sean, you mentioned something about it, and I was like, all right, this is gonna totally suck. And so when I watched it, I was like, all right, it wasn't that bad, but
It's not that bad.
it's not that bad.
It just felt a little too freewheeling to me.
Yeah,
that's not working.
It feels
this
like,
doesn't work.
Yeah, it feels like he goes to his because some of the people that were Gillis fans tweeting about this said, "Yeah, I don't know why he did those. Some of this was older material." So it's almost like he goes into his own playlist and then just kind of goes, "Well, let's grab that one. Let's see if this one goes. All right, we're not going to do that. Let's grab that one."
And McPhee on YouTube says Shane Gillis's Hot Ones episode was the worst one they've ever done. I'm not going to say it's the worst one they've ever done, but you're right. It wasn't good. And I think he's very, very funny.
I haven't actually seen a lot of his stand-up, I don't think. Like, I don't know that I've ever sat and watched a full Shane Gillis special.
I have. I've heard one. I've listened to a full one of his specials, which had me laughing many times, and I thought it was funny. And I like how when he's on one of these other podcasts, he doesn't let anybody push down on him. I've seen him push back on jokes that other people have made. I've seen him do it.
And I feel like I know which one you're talking about because I don't know, is advocate the right word, or maybe as a family member that has Down syndrome?
He does, yeah.
And there was this, one podcast that they were like showing him kids or, maybe adults with Down syndrome.
The punchline was just showing Down syndrome kids. There was nothing else to the joke.
And he's like, this isn't funny. And I think anyone with a brain would also say that's not funny either. But these douchebags that he was on the podcast with, they're like, come on, man.
Yeah, I like
you're
that.
a comedian.
Because he could have gone with the flow of the room and just been like, all right, guys, we're all having it. I like that. I like that he did that. But the skits were pretty good. There was a couple of good skits, like a couple of beers. People seemed to like that. And a few of the other ones that were good. But
Did you watch any of it, Sabrina?
I have not. I saw clips online and it was like, the shorter versions of it, but I did not watch it.
Oh,
it was a busy soccer weekend. Sorry.
There was a thread on Reddit yesterday, and so he had this thing called like a couple of beers, which is supposed to be a prescription for getting through like the hard parts of your day. Just take a couple of beers,
like a medicine commercial.
Yeah, and it was pretty funny, and it was well received. And then they had a point during the commercial where they're like, and if you're dragging after a couple of beers, what, do you remember exactly what they called it? They called it like do a bump or something.
Oh,
yeah.
And they showed the person held up what looked like a packaged small bag of Coke, and then a key came with the thing. And there was a thread on Reddit that was like, hey, I thought the couple of beers thing was funny, but I didn't get why a key came with the bump thing. And it was like, oh my gosh.
Is that where we're at? No one knows that keys and cocaine come together?
Yeah, this person didn't know. And then they got shredded in the thread.
Like, where do those keys go? I have fob for everything.
Actually, that's kind of a funny take on it because
thank you so much.
If you are young enough that you never have a car that has a key that you actually have to put into it to start it, that also might fall off where you wouldn't think that's as funny.
You could scoop them with a fob too if you're really dedicated to it. If you really invest in it, you can do it.
Somebody had to explain to the poster of the Reddit thread that like, hey, this is how people sometimes use cocaine. When they're not trying to line it up or they don't have a tiny little spoon
or like a vacuum
or something like that. Yeah, and the guy goes, "Oh, thanks for explaining." Never really been into cocaine. I've never tried it, and it's just not for me. And the next comment just said, gay. It's like, okay.
The guy just got bagged on for not knowing the drugs. He did not know. Somebody said over on chat, what's his stance on stuffed crust? I would assume he's against it. I don't know. I don't know. He didn't address it in his speech. For some reason,
makes an ass out of you and Sean.
Well, I'm ready
Shane.
at all times. Shane Gillis. So again, he's very, very funny, super funny guy, very, very good in podcast format. I just think that I don't like the stand-up as the opening monologue. I would rather have it that freewheeling fun thing where they go, hey, everybody, it's been my dream to do this.
Isn't it all like a stand-up thing? Like monologues?
Kind of. My favorite ones are where they come out and they introduce themselves. They tell a couple of personal stories. Then they do like a couple of bits maybe with the SNL crew that's around them or, in the seats asking questions. Those are the ones I tend to like. That's just personally what I get into.
I think you could do it as a stand-up comedian and, have the one where somebody hands you a microphone so you're more comfortable doing the microphone thing. If you tailor it towards your appearance on SNL. Write material that's about you appearing on SNL. This is the second time he's hosted. The first time was obviously a pretty it was a pretty special situation in as much as he got fired from the show before even appearing on it.
Yes.
And now they're having him, instead of just being on it, they're having him host the damn thing. Come up with material about that.
Yeah, which could have been genius. Did you ever see...
Yeah, except Laura Michael probably shut it down quick.
Did you ever see when Norm Macdonald...
Had a firm.
After he got fired from SNL, they asked him to come back and host SNL, and Norm Macdonald did his opening monologue about that. It was
it great?
one of the funniest things I've ever seen in my life, where Norm Macdonald goes up there and he goes, yeah, it's a little strange to see this. I went into an office and they told me, I remember this, I wasn't funny enough to be on SNL. And he's like, so I think you might be in trouble because now I'm funny enough to host SNL apparently, but I'm not funny enough to work. And he just kept doing this riff on the fact that he just got fired from this show for not being funny enough to be a cast member. And then they decided it would be smart to have him host the show. And it was fantastic, man. There's a lot of room for stuff like that. And I think he missed the mark on some of those. Let's see what you got going on. Let's work at a couple of dispatches real quick. First dispatches of the day. This is a person who has a very urgent need to speak with C-Lane.
All right.
Here he goes. We'll see.
Afternoon, News Junkies.
Hey.
C-Lane, you made a point about the Brian Laundrie Gabby Petito thing, and I agree with it completely. And I don't want to make light of that situation because this terrible young girl is no longer with us, but you made the point that there's something about this, the fact that the guy's name is Laundrie, and you just can't get past it. And I'm with you. I don't want to sound insensitive, but there's just something about the fact the guy's name is Laundrie.
Guy's distracted.
I don't know. Have a good one, guys.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Little shower thought.
It's really distracted by the name.
It's distracting every time.
It's
especially
differently.
Yeah, but it's just I say it more than I read it. So for me, I'm just like talking about laundry.
I watched a series. Damn it, I cannot find it right now. Somebody on chat will help me out here. I watched a series this weekend about that YouTube mom.
Oh, I watched the entire thing.
And
Devil in the House
yes,
or something like that with Ruby Frankie.
Yes, Ruby Frank. The Ruby Frankie story.
Now, mind you, this is like there have been a bunch of docuseries and coverage of this, but this was where the family gave all the unedited footage. And the husband talked, and the two oldest kids. We didn't stop watching until it was over.
Devil in the Family was really interesting because they had outtakes from her YouTube videos, C-Lane.
Oh, yeah. All the unedited, 1,000 hours of footage.
She might be staring into the camera and she'd be like, today we're going to be working on this arts and crafts project. And then her kids would do something off camera and she'd be like, shut up out there. And she would scream at her kids. Yeah,
kind of like Sean does to us when the mic's off and commercials are playing.
I do not do that. But it was really interesting. Now, I went on a bit of a roller coaster ride. Because for the entire first episode, I don't know Ruby Frankie. I don't know this YouTube story.
With her.
I didn't know anything about it. And at the first episode ends and I go, well, yeah, she seems a little mean, but I don't know. I haven't seen anything that she should be in trouble for yet. I haven't seen anything that...
Very interesting. That was another take in my household.
I was like, it seems like maybe she could do better, but I don't think and then we watched the second episode and I go...
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's starting to take a little turn here, but I don't know. And then the third episode, you go, "Oh my God!"
Yeah, super abusive. Definitely neglecting children.
And the way they started and ended with this, kind of ended with this Ring doorbell footage, and I didn't even know if it was going to come back again. My God. So
every time I've seen that footage, I have cried.
It's so tough. It's so rough.
Even the old man, the neighbor, started crying when he was calling 911. Okay. Oh, I'm getting chills.
The little kid, I'll just give you some Cliff's notes on this for those of you who haven't watched and aren't going to watch. It's called Devil in the Family. It's about this YouTuber, Ruby Frankie. and she wanted to be like a YouTube mom, and she was successful. They had 2.5 million subscribers. And there was a couple of moments, for maybe a year or so, where this family was all this cohesive group together. Everything was filmed. A
lot of kids.
It was called 8 Passengers because there was the 2 parents plus 6 kids, and everybody was involved. And then some of the kids started to get older and they didn't want to participate as much, and it just became a problem. Some of that footage was
sad too, man. Where it's like,
pretend like you're happy.
Exactly.
Okay.
And then I put myself because we are coming from generations of, we had camcorders, but it wasn't anything like, imagine waking up and your mom has a camera in your face.
Yeah.
And where's mom? No, she's in the room filming her portion for the YouTube channel. And I just could not grasp what it is to be in that vlogging lifestyle.
No.
Where it went from family to, no, this is a business. And you're an employee.
Or where this mom is posting this stuff, and the audience was
seeing right through it.
Yeah, they saw it way before anybody else. They were like, "This is abusive. What's going on with this mom?" And I'm watching. I'm going, I haven't seen anything that bad. What's happening here?
Some of it was kind of bad, but not
some of it was just her being an aggressive mother, and in a lot of households it would be totally normal stuff. But I'll tell you, the series again is called Devil in the Family. Oh, is it on Hulu? I think.
Hulu?
Hulu.
I believe so.
I think it's on Hulu. So if you have that, it's free. Yeah, it's on Hulu. I see it here. And the series starts with this doorbell cam footage, and this little kid comes running up to a house, and he rings the doorbell, sitting there waiting. And it made me think so hard of all the people that I just leave at my door, and I never go.
5-year-old girl?
Yeah, and I don't go over there and say anything. I'm sure she was selling Girl Scout cookies or something, but this little kid wasn't. He was at the door, he rings the doorbell, and then he goes to walk away. And right at the end of him walking away, you hear this old man, and he goes, "Hello?" And the kid goes, "I'm sorry, mister." And the kid starts to come back toward the door, and he goes, "Can I ask that you do 2 favors for me?" And the old guy goes,
"Yeah, what is it?"
"Well, come on with it. What are they? What are the favors you need?" And he goes, "1, can you please take me to the nearest police station right now?" And the guy goes, "What?" And then he goes, "And 2, well, I guess I only need the 1. And the old guy goes, "Kid, take a seat." He's like, "Take a seat," because there was 2 chairs out in front of the front door.
And then you could see, and it's grainy footage, but you could see how emaciated he is.
It was bad.
You could see kneecaps, skin and bones. And then when they start to show the footage of the close-up pictures, it's horrific.
Yeah. I didn't want to watch it because when Courtney was scrolling by it, she goes, "I don't know anything about this, but I'd like to watch this." And I said, I don't want to watch something all miserable about the abuse of kids. But it was very, very interesting.
It was. And I hope.
Because people at first loved this woman, this Ruby Frankie woman. They loved her. But that wasn't who she was. She was a completely different person that all these millions of people loved while the camera was on. And when the camera was off, she was not that person at all. It was like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde or something.
Took this switch with the therapist.
Yeah, there's a whole twist that we won't
watch it so we can all talk about it.
Anyways, it was interesting. They had a lot of great footage for that.
Watch it with Jackson, too. And they can be like, see, we're not like that.
Yeah. The interesting thing to bring it to C-Lane is the daughter, this isn't really a spoiler or anything, the daughter wrote a best-selling book about
the eldest
growing up in this household. Yeah, the one who was one of the big figures in this. And she now campaigns against parents videotaping their kids and having family vlogs. She campaigns against that. And it sort of goes into these larger questions. You're having to think about that now. You're like, what of Jackson am I comfortable with putting online? What would he not want? What do I not want?
And then you see how much they made, and you're like, I think maybe this would work out.
Suck it up.
Because they were printing money at one point in time. Yeah,
Millions.
They were. So that's interesting. Go check it out if you like those kind of docuseries. I went in knowing nothing about this YouTube family, even though I'm pretty deep into the world of YouTube. And I thought it was interesting to see all the footage that they had and all the outtakes and stuff from YouTube videos. Okay, Devil in the Family on Hulu if you haven't seen it. Quick break. When we come back, we'll get to, I didn't even barely touch the surface of those dispatches. We'll work in 1 or 2 more. We got to talk about Target because they're back in the news. We got this body cam footage that you're not going to believe. Wait till you hear this. and a whole lot more. We're locked and loaded for a bunch of stuff on a Share the Show Tuesday. And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is
The Monsters in the Morning.
Russ, if Ryan gets a speedboat, the next day's headline is going to be this: Captain Corn Carney causes carnage at Causeway.
Ah, damn, he did it.
The Monsters in the Morning.
Real radio 104.1.
Traffic starting to slow down heading through the city on I-4, and you could expect your regular delays between US 27 and after State Road 429. Traffic's piling up on Orange Blossom Trail near the Ramp Junction where Florida's Turnpike and the Beach Line meet. Special events blocking lanes on US Highway 1 southbound near the interstate at Destination Daytona Lane. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by In Touch Ministries.
Listen to the In Touch Radio Network on iHeartRadio, featuring the biblically based teachings of Dr. Charles Stanley. Just search for the In Touch Ministries channel on the iHeartRadio app or visit intouch.org.
Be motivated, be committed, be empowered, and become unstoppable. At Valencia College, pursue your degree on your timeline. Learn with day, night, weekend, and online courses, and 10 convenient locations close to home and work. Be a student on your schedule. Become a success on your terms. Apply now at valenciacollege.edu. Classes start May 5th.
May the luck of the Irish be with you on the $50,000 March into Mystery Weekend at Orange City Racing and Kart Club. Join us on March 14th for the $15,000 Guaranteed Deep Stack Tournament. Come back on March 15th for the $10,000 Guaranteed Pot Limit Omaha Tournament. And find your pot of gold on March 16th with the $25,000 Mystery Bounty Tournament. Be there for all the action.
Are you a business owner, CEO, or responsible for marketing? If you are, iHeartMedia can help you reach your goals and find new customers. We reach more consumers in your target area than anyone else, and we can give you access to those potential customers more cost-effectively across radio, digital, podcasting, and social. We'd love to show you how iHeartMedia can work for you. Get started today by calling 844-844-iHeart. That's 844-844-iHeart.
Have you heard about Florida's new local gold currency? Goldbacks are real 24-karat gold in a cash-like form. Today, we're joined by Jeff from Goldback to tell us more. Jeff, can you explain what goldbacks are?
Absolutely. Goldbacks are physical currency made of 24-karat gold. Because the gold is inside the currency itself, it holds real value and naturally resists inflation.
So they're not just for collecting, you can actually spend them?
That's right. There are businesses right here in Florida that accept them as payment, just like cash. They're designed to keep wealth local, support independent businesses, and give you the freedom to use sound money.
That's amazing. And I heard you're giving these away for free. Is that true?
Yes. To celebrate the launch of the Florida Goldback, we're giving away free half Goldbacks to Florida residents. All you have to do is visit freegoldback.com, verify your Florida address, and we'll ship it to your home. No fees, no gimmicks.
Real gold completely free. That's incredible. Florida, don't miss out. Visit freegoldback.com today to claim your free half Goldback before they're gone. iHeartMedia presents the Fresh from Florida Groceries Giveaway. 50 lucky winners will each receive a $100 grocery voucher to indulge in Fresh from Florida goodness. Enter to win at iHeart.com/freshfromflorida.
Florida just got its own local currency, the Florida Goldback, and you can get one for free. Goldbacks look like cash, but they're made of pure 24-karat gold, so they resist inflation and preserve your purchasing power. To celebrate the launch of this local currency, we're giving away free half Goldbacks to Florida residents only while supplies last. Claim your free Florida Goldback before they're gone at freegoldback.com and get it delivered to your Florida address absolutely free.
Here in Orlando, we know life doesn't slow down for anything, especially a broken garage door. Since 2002, Precision Garage Door has been proudly serving the Orlando community. Local and reliable, that's what makes them different. Their vans are fully stocked, so when you call, their fully vetted techs are ready to provide you with same-day service. Whether it's a stuck door or a snap spring, they have you covered right when you need it most. We know a broken garage door can't wait, which is why we're always prepared to help by keeping our vans fully stocked. Call Precision Garage Door today or visit them online at PrecisionGarageDoor.com. Precision Garage Door. Garage doors done right.
At Mayo Clinic in Florida, we're treating the untreatable. Using a patient's unique genetic makeup, our researchers are developing personalized cancer vaccines that help stimulate the immune system to better fight the disease and prevent it from recurring. We're making more possible at Mayo Clinic because every day we're doing what's never been done. Learn more at mayoclinic.org/possible. Mayo Clinic. You know where to go.
Kevin, why is my auto insurance so expensive? I need to switch because my company raised my rates again.
I hear you, Jay. I had the same problem, but then I called Acceptance. They saved me hundreds on my car insurance.
Really?
Yes, Acceptance was great. They did all the work comparing different plans and found me the best payment options that fit my budget.
Do you have their number?
Sure do. 800-606-7049. 800-606-7049.
Why pay more for auto insurance? Acceptance Insurance has offices in your neighborhood, and one call to Acceptance could save you up to 30% on your car insurance. 800-606-7049. Let Acceptance shop for you by comparing and finding the best rates. You could save up to 30%. 800-606-7049. 800-606-7049. Acceptance Insurance. We shop, you save. Restrictions apply based on Q1 2024 study of Acceptance Insurance customers who reported saving when they switched. License number L012294.
During tax season, your personal info travels to a lot of places you can't control. Between payroll, your home office, your tax preparer, and the IRS, if your W-2 gets exposed, that's just the ticket for identity thieves. That's why LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points every second. If your identity's stolen, they'll fix it guaranteed or your money back. Don't let identity thieves take you for a ride. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code CLAY. Visit LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
Buying a house or selling yours? The Nickley Group makes it as easy as ABC. And 1, 2... Oh, and fast, too, because the Nickley Group can get a guaranteed cash offer on your home today. Just visit thenickleyGroup.com.
Explore the mysteries of rural America in the investigative podcast Obscurum. Season 1, Invasion of the Drones, details the story of chilling aircraft sightings in the Midwest, sparking conspiracy theories and lies until the shocking truth was revealed.
There was a drone, then it actually rotated around our house, almost looking as if it was peering in each window of our home.
Listen on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Obscurum and start listening.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Hear it here first. Then everyone else will catch up in a week or 2 or 4. You're listening.
Got a couple of things that we need to work in on a busy Tuesday. We love you. We appreciate you, and keep sharing the show. Go to thenewsjunkie.com/share. Now, I was feeling terrible yesterday. I'm still fighting off this cold that was pretty bad. Courtney had she was out of commission for at least 3 to 4 days when she got it. And then I got it, and on Saturday and Sunday, I was pretty bad. I had the same thing she had, where it was just like nonstop sneezing, which is so annoying.
Yeah.
And no victory. There was never a sneeze where I'm freeing up a bunch of stuff and I feel better. It's just sneezing, just over and over and over again, sneezing.
I had the same thing in front of coworker over at Orlando City, and they're trying to explain to me what I'm going to be doing for the game, and I'm just like, and then snot, and then but yeah, I got it for sure on the big screen and microphone.
It was a little weird, but I muscled through that. And yesterday, my voice just was kind of shredded feeling. It was not, I felt rough when I woke up, and I got that vibe that if I talk for 4 hours today, then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday is going to be a disaster. So I didn't do much of anything yesterday. I just kind of tried to rest as much as I could to get myself where I am now. And I was a little mad because they had one of the local meetings that I wanted to go to.
Oh, Sean.
For the hobo shelter thing. And I wanted to show my support. Well, I want to show my support for the movement against the hobo shelter, which is a horrific idea that they want to put in near the neighborhood where I am right now. And I was like, oh, this will be fun. This will be interesting. But I wasn't going to go. I didn't feel well. And I was trying to just recuperate. But when we walked out of the front door, because we still took Lady for a walk, trying to get her out.
Mm-hmm.
When we walked out the front door, we hear, yeah, like all this applause, this crazy, just huge applause. And Courtney goes, maybe that's the meeting.
Well, I can tell you it was not. It was the softball game that was happening.
Yeah,
right next door.
I said, I mean, I've seen these on TV before, but no, I don't think that was the meeting. I think this is probably some sort of sporting event that was happening out there.
If it was the meeting, how much FOMO would you have for just being sick through it?
Like somebody said, and that's why I think this is a bad idea. Ah! And the band goes nuts. You know, there's a band here? What's happening right now? But I missed it because I was feeling sick.
The band's playing Why Don't You Get a Job by the Offspring?
What happened? Did you hear something about this?
Yeah, well, I mean, I meant this for a during commercial conversation. But
I thought you wanted to talk about it.
Well, there's just a particular incident in which I will dance around because it is interesting to me.
Okay.
But I intended to go. I had set several reminders and had said such with Nicole, and I was like, come on, I think this will be interesting to see. I don't.
Now, were you staking out a claim, or were you just there to see the people fight each other?
Yeah, just popcorn bucket. I mean, I don't have a stance with this. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, then it doesn't. But I think that there's like a lot of cooks in the kitchen without knowing all the back end of it. So it was my intention was just to see what the chaos would be. Because of everything I've seen on Facebook. Yeah. And a little part of it was like, wonder if Sean's going. Wonder if Sean's going to go and say stuff out loud.
I was going to, and if it would have called for me, if they needed like anybody else to talk about it, I absolutely would say something.
I'm on the radio, I could speak.
I'll go to the next one. I think personally that this is one of those things that is sort of the temperature of the country right now. We have different tribes of people who have very different belief sets. And each person is in their own world. And so as a person just participating in society, you have to decide, who am I going to side with here? Because something is going to happen regardless. And if I just let the crazy people win, then I end up with whatever bad idea that they came up with. And I have never wanted to do anything like this, but now it's like, okay, fine. I think the people who want this are crazy.
To both sides, and I think that there is a extreme on both ends, but it's just, it's neighborhood drama. And so I had set the alarm to head over and walking distance, and then as soon as I go to walk out the door, I have a fire truck and an ambulance pull up, like right across the street from my house.
Yeah.
And so obviously I sit my ass down and I'm like, what's going on here? And I look at all the blotters, and then I see someone on a stretcher. And I realize it's my neighbor. And
okay,
I text, and it seems like everything's going to be okay. But
wait, your neighbor, the one that you've had problems with, or the good neighbor?
I'm just going to say a neighbor. How about that?
Okay, a neighbor. Okay.
A neighbor, and somebody that was in the household was being, it was in the ambulance, and so I text Mike, "Is everything okay? You good? Let me know if you need anything." And I start to walk to the place where the meeting was being had. As soon as I walk in the door, there's a line almost at the entrance, and immediately I'm told it's at capacity. But if you want to sign this petition or wait around and blah blah blah, and then I look at the line, and the neighbor who the ambulance was already at the place, so they were like, "Bye, family member," and sped off past me and Nicole to get to the meeting in time. And I'm like, okay. There's a weird balance of priorities here, but good for you to get both your sick relative out of the house and to the meeting about the homeless people.
I got to tell you, there's something about this that's really, really, really interesting to me. Maybe it works for everybody else and you'll find this interesting too. I don't know. But when you're not engaging with local affairs, and like, this isn't even really politics so much as it's a thing happening in a neighborhood that people are reacting to, When you're not doing that, you forget that when these meetings take place, most of the time, there's nobody there. No one cares.
But everyone showed up to this.
No one cares for 99.99% of the things that these local politicians talk about. But then when there's something that has them all rallied up, then everybody goes and they're like, we are at capacity for our event. And then the hilarious thing is they probably have an agenda of all sorts of things.
They purposely booked a 30-seat room for this meeting.
Maybe, just to shut everybody out of it.
Yeah, but like even at capacity, I was like, damn it, I wish it was in there. I want to see as they're screaming.
I wanted to go. I hope they have another one of these where it's a little bigger and more people can go in. I don't know. This is one of those things that it's like the first time where you see how local politics, basically, it works like this. People who are elected by a tiny portion of folks who live around you, who have a decent amount of power, can push through things that will flip your life upside down in bad ways. And most of the time, nobody even knows this is going on. They just do it. And until you're like made aware, you go, oh, okay. Nobody walked around and asked if this was something that the neighborhood wanted. Nobody workshopped this. Nobody did any of those things. And you just see like, oh, this thing is going to happen. In this case, building this massive homeless facility, which is, again, a horrific idea that I hope gets stopped at every single turn. I'm glad to see all the other people fired up about it because Courtney seems dead set on the fact that I need to go scream at people. And I was like, I don't know if I'm the best voice on this, but like for the first time in my life, if I have to be, I will be, because I don't, and forgive me for this, I don't mean to be offensive or mean to anybody, but I don't want to let what I view as really dumb decisions have a super negative impact on myself and the community where I own a house. I don't want that to be a thing. And the other part of it is just like this weird side effect of things where everybody is in like one group or another, it seems, and they can't talk to each other anymore. Like,
consider me right in the middle.
I think you would be the absolute outlier in this if that was the case, because I don't think if I went there and I had an absolutely coherent argument for why I think this thing would be a bad idea, I'm not winning anybody over. They're not going to go, well, it's never going to happen. They have ideas. I think the ideas are dumb. They think the ideas are good. And that's that. So it's just a snapshot of America as I see it right now.
Hell yeah, brother.
All right, what do you think? We got to get to more of your dispatches before jury duty. I also want to talk about Target, and we got to talk about this body cam footage. We haven't gotten to any of this. It's all ready to go, though, and it's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Someday, Alexa will do everything. Alexa, can you take the dog for a walk?
Ha ha ha. No way in hell.
But until then, tell her to play Real Radio 104.1 on iHeartRadio.
Playing Real Radio 104.1 on iHeartRadio.
Hey, this is Lincoln Kennedy. Here's what's trending on the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Mercedes-Benz.
The Magic are back in action tonight trying to snap a 3-game slide when they take on Toronto. In college basketball, Florida dropped 2 spots to number 5 in this week's coaches poll. Auburn remains number 1. The Gators have a big game tomorrow at number 8 Alabama. UCF tomorrow hosts Oklahoma State. And today is the deadline for NFL teams to use the franchise tag on players. The Dolphins are not expected to tag safety Javon Holland. I'm Matt McCoy.
That feeling of owning your first Mercedes-Benz is hard to believe, but it's real. From the leather stitching to the iconic design, every element of a Mercedes lives up to its reputation. See for yourself at your local dealer. Offers are waiting.
Are you hiding your smile because of missing or damaged teeth? Solid Bite can help. With the latest techniques and technology, you'll be showing off your smile in no time. Call Solid Bite in Melbourne now to receive your free booklet. 321-259-8000.
Scott for Scott's here. Your lawn is meant for all things bonus. Bonus relaxing, bonus playing, bonus beauty. But when dollar weed and clover are popping up everywhere, it's time to start cutting them back with Scott's Turf Builder Bonus S. It kills dollarweed and clover and feeds your grass so it grows thick and strong to crowd out future weeds. Now that's worth some bonus points, eh?
Get a bag of Scott's Turf Builder Bonus S today. It's guaranteed or your money back.
Feed your lawn. Feed it.
If you're living with dry age-related macular degeneration or dry AMD, you may be at risk for developing geographic atrophy or GA. GA can be unpredictable and progress rapidly, leading to irreversible vision loss. Now there's something you can do to
slow it down and get it going slower.
Izervay is proven to slow GA progression.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Izervay or avacincaptad Pagel is a prescription eye injection used to treat GA. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may temporarily increase eye pressure. Your vision may be impaired after an eye injection or exam. Don't delay. Ask your doctor about Izervay today.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Visit Izervay.com. That's IZERVAY.com.
Men, trouble in the bedroom? Not anymore. Premier Men's Medical Center restores your sex life in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate erectile dysfunction and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Premier Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Premier Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. You'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients get their testosterone checked free. Call 407-337-5569. 407-337-5569. To restore your sex life in just one visit, call now. 407-337-5569.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation and a regular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduced stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop taking prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. It may increase your stroke risk. Eliquis can cause serious and in rare cases fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. A spinal injection while on Eliquis increases risk of blood clots, which may cause paralysis, the inability to move. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding, unusual bruising, or tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. Medications such as aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners may increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
Hey listeners, before celebrating St. Patrick's Day this year, remember to plan ahead and know all your options. If you drink, don't get behind the wheel. Instead, designate a sober driver or catch a ride service. And if you are the designated sober driver, commit to staying sober. Don't let your luck run out.
Get ready for the biggest night in podcasting.
The iHeart Podcast Award goes to...
Join us for our 2025 iHeart Podcast Awards, live from Austin, Texas at South by Southwest.
Celebrating the most innovative and influential voices in the podcasting world.
Push boundaries.
Sit down with amazing guests every week.
And engage audiences in new, remarkable ways.
Don't miss our 2025 iHeart Podcast Awards.
Watch on iHeartRadio's YouTube channel and listen right here.
Monday night at 11.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com.
Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Real Radio is on X at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Because the newspapers don't come with cliff notes or potentially offensive accents.
Viral stories of the day. Nicole on YouTube says, I'm sick of homeless people hanging around Publix shopping centers, trashing the sidewalks. They don't hang out at Winn-Dixie's. I don't know if that's true. Do they boycott particular things? The Winn-Dixie's not good enough for them even? I don't know if that's the case. I know when you look into all these things, sometimes you find out, oh, there's a deeper truth here and a way to filter people away. Like I've found in life with most things that people think are about politics and about, are you like a Republican or a Democrat or whatever, I actually find that most of those issues boil down to, are you an individualist or a collectivist? Those are the two types of thought processes that people have. That's why there could be two people who think different things and they both absolutely fundamentally think that they are right about it, right? Because you're different as a human. You're wired different. You're either an individualist or a collectivist. With homeless people, I think that everybody just tries the same stuff over and over and over again, throws money on it, and it just doesn't work. And the two theories in that world are that a homeless shelter is, one, a magnet, right? And the supporters of these things think that in a good way. They think you put a homeless shelter, it's going to fix your problems because all those hobos in your neighborhood, they'll just flock over to it, and then they won't be on your streets. They'll only be at this homeless place. They'll be there all day long. That's not reality. That's not how these things work. That's not how it goes. That's a thing that makes you feel good about yourself. That's an emotional argument, right? The reality is this is a place that people use as a home base. They do touch and go. They go, I can be at this place. So it actually brings more people into the area as opposed to solves whatever existing issues you have. But I find that so many things boil down to those two things. Are you an individualist or a collectivist? And a collectivist, I am not, friends, in my core. I do want to talk about this. Completely different topic before we go to jury duty, as is the case many times on this show. I saw that Target has come out. Now, Target is worried about these tariffs.
Gay Target.
There's tariffs. I think they've rolled that back.
You got gay Target.
There's tariffs that are being thrown all over the place by the Trump administration on Canada, Mexico, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And the Canada folks are big mad at it. They're the Canadians, like Trudeau, who Trump calls Governor Trudeau, in a troll, and they're very upset about these tariffs. So they said, we've got our own tariffs for you, and back and forth we go. So here's Trudeau talking about this before I go into why Target is involved here.
Now, just like I did a month ago, I want to speak first directly to the American people.
I'm listening.
We don't want this. We want to work with you as a friend and ally. And we don't want to see you hurt either.
You're going to hurt us?
But your government has chosen to do this to you. As of this morning, markets are down, and inflation is set to rise dramatically all across your country. Your government has chosen to put American jobs at risk, at the thousands of workplaces that succeed because of materials from Canada or because of consumers in Canada, or both.
I love this. I love that angle from Trudeau. We're putting American jobs at risk. We've murdered American jobs for decades in this country in a pursuit of free trade and trying to make things as cheap as possible. We've offshored all of our jobs to places like China and India and other places where they don't pay people as much money, but we can get the cheaper goodies. We can get the trinkets. We've even turned made in the USA, which used to be a thing that people were proud of, to the best we can do is assembled in the USA. We'll get all the parts from one place, and 9/10 of them will be together, and we'll put one little Lego block in, and we'll go, here we go. So American jobs have been murdered and absolutely just disseminated for decades. I don't know if I buy that particular argument, but the tit for tat is real. I guess this is going on. Here's another Canadian who's talking about this. And again, I will bring this around to Target in just a second. This is Pierre Poilievre, whoever he is.
Okay.
At 12:01 a.m., President Trump stabbed America's best friend in the back.
Damn.
My message to
Brutal.
the president is this: Canada will fight back. We will defend our people and our economy, and we will put Canada first.
Wait. You're putting Canada first. The problem that's got us here is we said we were going to put America first. And if everybody puts their own country as first, that might sort things out, though. I don't know. Maybe that'll work out for us.
What country is putting another country first?
A lot of countries will tend to fall into this position, like the United States, with what I was saying, where you don't care about American jobs. You care about everything being the lowest price possible. And hey, look, I've played into this too. I've bought stuff that was made in China many, many times. I'm guilty as sin of doing this. But we absolutely have fallen for the trap of like going, let's let those people do it. We don't need to worry about our jobs first, or we don't need to worry about Americans first. We worry about like illegal immigrants in this country and send tax dollars over to them before other people who are impoverished. So I think those things happen. I think Canada's big mad. And now Target is saying, that's where I was headed here, that they're worried. Target's worried about business. And they said their sales and profits decreased during the holiday quarter, with net income at only $1.1 billion, just a measly $1.1 billion. And they said the February sales were soft due to cold weather. That's what they're blaming this on. Jim Lee, Target's chief financial officer, said declining consumer confidence impacted their money. And they also said that these trade wars are going to make things more expensive for people. While some of that may be true, Target, I will tell you, as a recent Targeteer, I'll call myself as a person who just went to Target to go shopping, it is not because of the prices of anything that I did not have a good time at your Target. It is not because it was too cold outside that I did not have a good time at your Target.
It's a gay section, wasn't it?
It was not the gay section that made me mad about your Target. I don't care about your gay section. It was the customer experience in Target blows, okay? It's bad.
Define
it's as
customer
bad as
experience.
Let me tell you what I did.
Define blows.
Yeah.
I don't need to define that one. Here's what I did. We went in and I go, I need a couple of things. And Courtney goes, okay. So I go and I get a pen and I go, this pen is so nice. I love pens. This is like a really solid, heavy Sharpie pen. I like it. I have to have it. And then I said, I need some chapstick. And I bought those two things and I was headed towards the checkout. And they have one checkout open. Now, they have 20 checkout lanes, but they have one checkout open with a line all around the damn store from this.
I'd like to know when they've ever had 20 open checkout lanes.
They don't use them.
Friday.
Fill in the space with something else. It's zombie
maybe they
land.
Don't have enough employees.
They don't have enough employees because their business model sucks now. It's a disaster. And there's 19 unused cash registers taking up the vast majority of the front of the store. Then there's 2 sections with self-checkout. Fine, I'll do self-checkout, but I got a pen and I got chapstick. So let's make this fast here. I'm not waiting 30 minutes for that. So in the Target, I fired up my Amazon app, purchased both of the items, and then had them delivered to my house that same day and put the other ones on the counter and walked out of the Target. That's why Target is not doing that well, in my opinion. It's a bad experience. You got to make it so if you're doing self-checkout,
they're like,
make
welcome,
it so
Sean Watson to Target. How can we help you?
Make it so there's like 4 self-checkout sections and put one employee in each of them, and then you could go fast. Everybody checks out. They don't have enough, and they have all this space taken up by the old-fashioned checkout lanes, and nobody's using them. There's no employees there. There's no nothing. Hate it. I'll leave it at that. What do you think? Do you think that's the reason why Target is not doing as well as they used to?
I think
what is your experience?
For them to say it's cold outside is kind of a lame excuse.
Well, it's always cold during the winter in a lot of the territories where they operate. It has been colder. It's been a cold year. Been colder, but let us know what you think. Send us a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com right now. All right, we're going to take a quick break. We will get back to some more twists and turns in the Gene Hackman death story. We'll get jury duty worked in next. That's coming up in just a bit. We got middle school students and THC gummies, so I think you know where we're going on that one. We'll take that journey together. It's all coming up next on the News Junkie.
Download the all-new iHeartRadio app. Make Real Radio 104.1 number 1 on your presets, and you could win free stuff at upcoming events.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
There's a crash on John Young Parkway southbound before Florida's Turnpike, an accident on Severin Boulevard at Bear Lake Road, and events blocking lanes on U.S. Highway 1 southbound at Destination Daytona Lane near the interstate there. Traffic still slowing down on I-4 eastbound before U.S. 27 and after State Road 429. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by FreshFromFlorida.com.
Meal planning is work, so let Fresh from Florida help. Learn what's in season, browse hundreds of recipes, and get tips from Chef Justin by visiting FreshFromFlorida.com. Eat healthier with Fresh from Florida. There's sunshine in every bite.
For more information about contests on this station, go to realradio.fm/rules.
If you're living with dry age-related macular degeneration or dry AMD, you may be at risk for developing geographic atrophy or GA. GA can be unpredictable and progress rapidly, leading to irreversible vision loss. Now there's something you can do to
slow it down and get it going slower.
Izervay is proven to slow GA progression.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Izervay or avacincaptad Pagel is a prescription eye injection used to treat GA. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may temporarily increase eye pressure. Your vision may be impaired after an eye injection or exam. Don't delay. Ask your doctor about Izervay today.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Visit Izervay.com. That's IZERVAY.com.
Before you know it, beautiful spring weather will be here. One of those few times of the year when we can finally open our windows and doors and let the fresh air in. But your old single-pane windows and doors take all the fun out of it, right? Replace them with the latest beautiful designs from Renewal by Andersen. Renewal by Andersen's custom-built, energy-efficient, Acclaim impact windows and doors will not only enhance the beauty and value of your home, but also increase your comfort. Don't just take my word for it. Kathy says Renewal by Andersen did a great job. Happy with all the work. Take advantage of Renewal by Andersen's 31-day spring sale. Buy one, get one, 40% off replacement windows and patio doors, plus zero money down, zero payments, and 0% interest for 12 months. And a bonus. First 50 callers save an additional $25 per window. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free consultation today. Official partner of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. License number CGC 1527613.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Good news. We offer HELOCs and home equity lines of credit with scores as low as 640. Find out if you're qualified today at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
With thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Allergies are torture, but Exact from Aspire Allergy and Sinus can help you beat your allergies for good. Exact is clinically proven to give long-term lasting allergy relief in 3 injections. That's right, allergy relief in 3 injections. No matter how long you've suffered, no matter what else you've tried, with 3 injections, you can experience relief from your allergies. Exact from Aspire Allergy and Sinus. Go to aspireallergy.com to book your appointment today. aspireallergy.com.
Join Jim Colbert on The Jim Colbert Show for his Cigar of the Week segment every Friday afternoon at 3:45. You can pick up these featured cigars at all 3 Corona Cigar Company locations, Dr. Phillips, Heathrow, and downtown. Learn more at coronacigar.com.
Progressive knows not all rides are smooth. Meet Peter. He loves his motorcycle. What he doesn't love is wind. Which is ironic, because wind is a big part of the whole wind-in-your-face motorcycle cliche. But nobody ever tells you how relentless a strong crosswind is, or the cliche wouldn't exist. Not every ride is smooth, but Progressive has your back. Get a quote to see if you can save with America's #1 motorcycle insurer. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates, not available in D.C.
Gain a global perspective and specialized skills that many of today's top employers are seeking with an MBA from University of Maryland Global Campus. Study online and complete your degree in just 16 months for about $21K. Choose from MBA specializations in global business, marketing, HR, finance, and more. Classes start March 12th. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
Get your Irish on at Shamrokenfest in Leesburg, March 14th and 15th. See leprechauns wrestle, enjoy food, beer, wine, and spirit tastings. Live music on 2 stages, vendors, and much more. Visit shamrokenfest.com for details. That's shamrokenfest.com.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Discover the new Buick SUVs in stock now at orangebuickgmc.com. We are professional grade.
Coming to you live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Need help after an accident? Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1, Cocoa Beach, Orlando, an iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeart Radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Radio 104.1.
Join in on the chaos. We eagerly await your dispatch. This is
We'll also hear from you. Yes, that's right. You are part of this show. Imagine that. What were they thinking, allowing that to happen around here? Send an audio or video dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com. Fat Tuesday is on, baby. It's happening. Woo-hoo! Mardi Gras.
Boobs.
It's underway. And I guess one thing that kind of sucks for the folks in New Orleans celebrating Mardi Gras, it's not just celebrated in New Orleans, but that's an epicenter in the United States, is that there's some terrible weather that's supposed to be heading through there today.
And a shortage of those little plastic babies.
You might have a problem with your beads just flying away in the thunderstorms if this actually happens here. Oh, a little Zydeco. Yeah.
Woo-hoo, royalty free.
Mardi Gras, the celebrations, they're trying to reschedule some of them where they can. They're telling people, here's the brutal thing. They don't want them bringing umbrellas and stuff for security reasons. So you're going to go to New Orleans. You want to be in the street party. You want to be hanging out on Bourbon Street. But if it rains, which is probably going to, and it's nasty, you can't have an umbrella. This is going to be a bit of a problem for them. It's a bad, bad storm that's heading through the area, and it's hitting right as Mardi Gras or Fat Tuesday hits us. And Carnival, when they do Carnival, that's also a Mardi Gras celebration, right? Brazil's Carnival. That's a massive event for those of you who don't know.
Oh, yes, and it's a fun time.
It's huge, and they party,
I don't know
and
if
they're
those
wearing
coincide.
all sorts of things. I thought it was attached to it. Like Mardi Gras is a party in New Orleans, centrally speaking, in the United States, but they do celebrate this all over the place. And then I thought that Carnival was like this long event, but then there was a big moment where it was Carnival plus Mardi Gras.
Carnival is a festive season that is right before Lent. So that's what Mardi Gras is supposed to be too. And like they call it in certain places, they call it Shrovetide. And then today, some people call Shrove Tuesday.
All right. So Mardi Gras, Fat Tuesday is like another word for Shrove Tuesday. All of these things implying that it's the Tuesday before Lent, get ready, go nuts, that kind of stuff.
Because
right?
then, Lent's supposed to be the really somber period where you give up stuff.
People party, though.
They party beforehand.
Yeah, I love that. I like the run-up. They go nuts for it. So well wishes to everybody who is out there, including FO over on YouTube says, the winds are picking up. They started the parades a couple hours early this morning. Good. I hope everything goes off without a hitch. You guys deserve some.
I walked out during one of our breaks earlier, and I was walking to the bathroom, and I see on one of the TV screens, it was like, oh, the high winds right now in Texas maybe are really spinning these windmills. And I was like, isn't that a good thing? Isn't the windmill like... That seems like just generating a lot of power. That should be like a thumbs up day.
Is there a person at the windmill who's like, oh no,
Watch out, guys.
Does he have like a big stick that you put into the blades to like slow it down or something? It seems like that would be a win all the way around, but what do I know? All right, let's go over to it. Here we go. Let's do jury duty.
Court is now in session, so put your phone down and pay attention. Before we call the bailiff over to whip your ass, you're now on jury duty with the news junkie.
Windmills seem dumb to me. I don't know why.
All right.
They just seem dumb. It doesn't seem like it's the solution to our problems.
Been 30 minutes. Let's do another crazy hot take out of nowhere.
That's not a hot take at all, I don't think.
Windmills power a lot of places, small towns usually, but
windmills don't power anything, I don't think.
Okay.
I think
They're
they
just
set
there
up
for show.
No, what happens is I think a lot of corporations will buy it and they want to say they have clean power, so they purchase some of the wind power. But it takes so much. Windmills are huge. These big old windmills swinging around out there. Vroom, vroom, vroom. And then I don't want to get all Trump on you, but I think he actually is a little right about them just being bird killing machines. Like for real. Let me see. Oh, maybe this is crazy.
There's a lot of things that kill birds.
Cats, one of them, but here we go.
Planes.
How many birds are killed per year by windmills? All right, go ahead.
It's as far as a windmill, and tell me if I'm wrong, as once installed, it stays in the same place.
Yeah, but the birds don't know that.
Estimates suggest that wind turbines kill between 140,000 to 500,000 birds annually in the U.S.
140,000 to 500,000?
Numbers can vary, and ongoing research continues to assess the impact of wind energy on bird populations.
See, now you're saying like the birds don't have eyes, they can't see this. You know as well as I do, the birds smash into iHeartRadio, into the glass downstairs. They just pop into the thing.
Because of the reflection.
I know, but they don't
like
understand.
It's going into a tree. Now, as far as a windmill goes,
they don't understand blades. They don't understand that the blade spins, and if they fly here and then the blade meets them at the other position, then it's going to bird.
TNJ AI kind of alluded to it's a wind thing. Maybe
wind turbines.
Wind turbine. I thought maybe the wind was pushing them all of a sudden to their untimely death.
No, I think they just fly into these damn things. And
why
they
would
just get
put
chopped
scarecrows at the end of each blade?
But 140 to 500,000 birds annually in the United States is nothing compared to cats. Cats are way more than that. Let me ask, how many birds are killed by cats in the United States each year?
I don't even know how you quantify that.
140,000 to 500,000 from the windmills, okay? And now let's see how the cats do. Because
cats kill an estimated 1.3 to 4 billion birds.
Billion? With a B?
This figure includes both feral and pet cats.
Cats
Survival
are brutal,
of
man.
the fittest.
Cats are out there just murdering birds.
Okay, but there's one thing birds don't have, and I love birds. Be very clear. And I also love my cats. But there's one thing that birds have as an advantage to cats, and that's wings.
They can fly? Yeah.
So, at one point, when does the circle of life come into play?
Well, they flirt around with going too low, and those cats, they'll get real flat on the ground, and they'll just wait, spring up, and then boom, they got themselves a bird. It's wild how many they kill.
And we tried mating a cat with a bird. Maybe we can bring the two species together.
That would be interesting. We got something along those lines
bird.
in the next segment, actually.
Oh,
I played the jury duty intro, right?
You did.
I did, okay. Jury duty brought to you by the one, the only Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. 800-CALL-MO, 800-CALL-MO, or go to justcallmo.com. After an accident, there's lots of attorneys yelling at you, but there's only one who's going to work with his team to hear you out, to listen, to hear your story, and then to fight for you. And so many of these other attorneys are just about billboards and commercials, and they're always unprepared when it comes to actually fighting these insurance companies. Don't fall into that trap. 800-CALL-MO for you and your friends. 800-CALL-MO, or go to justcallmo.com. The sheriff's office saying they made an error about Gene Hackman's dog in the death report. They made an error.
Alive?
And, the dog is alive.
What?
But caveat, asterisks, all that good stuff. The news of the deaths of Gene Hackman and his wife, Betsy Arakawa, pinged into Sherry Gaber's cell phone as text messages from friends. Did you know about this? One friend asked, with a link to an article. Gaber's heart dropped. The news of Hackman and Arakawa, close friends and clients, was bad enough, but what really sank her soul was the fact that their German Shepherd Bear had died along with them. Just 5 months earlier, Gaber, an animal chiropractor, had run her hands along Bear's fur, adjusting the animal's vertebrae. Bear seemed vibrant and happy. although still favoring a right hip. Now she believed he was dead.
Chiropractor?
They had a dog chiropractor. They were worried about this thing. And they said, oh, sorry, the dog's dead. Bear wasn't dead at all. As Gaber read the news reports on her phone, the dog was alive and well, resting at a pet daycare facility in Santa Fe.
So what dog did they see that was dead?
Along with the couple's other dog, Nikita, a 7-year-old Akita Shepherd mix. The dog that perished in the home was Zinna, a 12-year-old Australian Kelpie. Now, what on earth is that? Let's take a look. Australian Kelpie was
so the error was which dog died?
The error was
is
the
a dead
bear.
dog.
Yeah, Bear did not die. Zinna was the one that died.
But
And
I thought
these
they
are
said
cute.
it was a German Shepherd. So,
They did.
Bless you.
Initially, and I don't want to say this looks like a German Shepherd because to me, I can tell the difference, but maybe it confused some people.
Yeah, I mean, it's like a
First glance.
Rottweiler and a German Shepherd.
And a German
made
Shepherd.
love.
Yeah, it looks like it's a beefy German Shepherd is kind of what it
Watch
looks
your
like to me.
mouth.
Cute little dogs. And unfortunately, it was Zinna. Zinna was the one who had
We don't
died.
know how that dog died.
They don't know yet.
It's
They're
just
still waiting
so
on some
weird
information.
that
No.
3 beings. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously, asterisk with the dog.
They're saying the dog was kenneled.
The dog was in the kennel. Yes.
Oh, so because it was left without attention.
Yeah, they
that
believe
long. Oh,
that was
that's
it
so
because
sad.
they were out of commission for over a week or so.
Oh, that's tough.
But they don't know. And the thing is, we feel
But the other 2 dogs got to just
they were
eat
running around having
everything
fun.
they
Yeah,
wanted.
they survived somehow. They must have got into something, unless they were
a human
eating at the bodies. But I digress. What we find in circumstances like this is that we realize autopsies aren't as fast as we think they are. They're not like the television shows. Generally speaking, if I shoot C-Lane in the head and somebody wanders in that room afterwards, it's not a big question about how C-Lane died. He got shot in the head. There's the bullet. There's the bullet hole.
But he had
Sean
a belt
shot him.
around his neck.
But if somebody dies under mysterious circumstances, it's a little different. So they got to find out what happened. Then you have your theories first. Is that it was some sort of carbon monoxide poisoning? And that maybe that's not the case now, we learned. Maybe it's something else. And the autopsies are going to take a little bit longer, I believe. So we shall wait. They're still pending. This says it doesn't say exactly when we should expect them, but that's that. Meanwhile, at a middle school in Long Island,
Hey, I'm a
a
middle
dozen
school
students
student.
on Long Island were sickened at school yesterday morning after somebody handed out marijuana gummies at William Floyd Middle School.
Okay, were they
Amateurs.
sickened or are they just high?
Maybe
Stoned
both.
out of their mind.
All of the students had to be rushed to the hospital after experiencing the effects of the drug. It was a frightening scene at the school. A lot of firefighters and ambulances started coming. A dozen 9th grade students were given THC gummies and quickly began feeling the effects. You could really have side effects from
9th
gummies.
graders?
Yeah.
I mean, the
They
gummies are strong, man.
It says they can take you to places you don't want to go, even as an adult. And one of the students said it was a dizzying ordeal that left her terrified. If it's a gummy, it's THC. I don't know the effects, but what I'm seeing is brutal. My child was foaming at the mouth, says this parent. That's the risk. You take these gummies
Foaming
and
at the mouth or
all
just
hell breaks loose.
cotton mouth?
Could be. I don't know. For some reason, it's way funnier to me when it's just weed at the school and a bunch
absolutely.
of kids.
Because
I know
we've
they're
all
gonna
been
live.
there when you've eaten too much of an edible.
Freaking
They
out.
ate too much of an edible.
Yeah. Yep. Just watch the hockey
Pussies.
game. It's like the legendary 911 call if you're not
I
initiated.
think we're already dead.
We're dead.
I think we're dead.
I checked, we're dead. I checked, we're dead. We're watching the hockey game and we're getting the scores before the scores are actually happening on the hockey game. We're dead, unfortunately. Well, fortunately, I guess they were not dead.
Okay.
And
11 students were hospitalized. The 12th student was left with a parent. Oh, the parent
Oh,
knew,
God,
knew
I'd
what was
rather go to
going
the
on.
hospital than try to
You know
come
what?
down with my mom looking at me with judgment.
Here's what happened. That kid was at school and he's like, oh, yeah, I too am tripping out
Pretty
too much.
high.
No experience doing this before. All right, fine, I'll go home. Police and fire investigators are looking into an overnight fire that damaged a Tesla supercharger. The anti-Elon folks, they're very upset. They're burning the charging stations now. Firefighters responded to a call after 1 a.m. due to concern about the electrical nature of the equipment. They didn't do anything. They just heard about it and stayed. And then they said several of the white and red Chargers were blackened, had been burned. There's a $5,000 reward. The small death by 1,000 cuts revolt against Tesla and Elon Musk continues, friend. And now we talk about something different entirely. Hang on, let's see if there's anything here I should pay off that we've talked about. We did the Target thing. I got the body cam thing. I don't know when we're going to get to this. A quick update here on Ukraine and the White House with that whole dramatic thing that went down last week.
Good, because I haven't really seen that many people were talking about this the entire weekend.
It was just Oscars the whole time.
Yeah, there was a lot of discussion about this, for sure. But Ukraine President Zelensky is now saying, after just a couple of days ago, he said, which I didn't think was a good statement, he said, we're way, 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 way away from peace. Like, if you want to actually have an outcome here where people stop dying and Russia gets out of your country, I should hope that maybe we can approach this from a place where we're hopeful that we could get to some kind of peace. And now Ukraine's President Zelensky is saying, I am ready to work under Trump's strong leadership to bring peace. Which, if you don't think strong leadership was put in there just to make Trump happy, to try to wind this back, so they're ready for peace negotiations after a regrettable meeting with Trump. So that's the latest from Zelensky. I don't know if any of this is going to happen. I'll reiterate my point. I hope all the wars stop everywhere, especially that one. I really think what's happening is just horrible to so many young men that get called up. I've seen some of the footage because they have obviously, they're calling up people, they're drafting people into the services, and you don't want to get that call.
No,
you don't want to do that. So there's some footage. I think some of it might be fake, but some of them are actually real, of these folks going to people's houses to try to get them because they've been drafted, and they're like chasing them around, and there's standoffs with people in their house who don't want to go fight in the war. And it's I read a whole thing on it over the weekend about the draft in both Russia and Ukraine, and it's brutal, man, brutal. So there's that. Now to a completely unrelated story about science. I always love these science stories. I think science is super interesting. And there's a company, I've been trying to get them on the show. We've been close a couple of times.
How did you start the email? To whom it may concern, or hey there?
I always say, hello! Exclamation point.
Scientists don't like that, dude.
They apparently do not. They have not lined up for this. But
good day to you, smart person.
There's been some discussion, at least, and maybe we'll get this lined up. The company's name is Colossal and Colossal Biosciences. They are in the process of trying to bring back the woolly mammoth, which is awesome.
Yeah.
We've talked about them.
I think this is interesting. I'd like to see a woolly mammoth.
I think we should start a little smaller.
They're going big. They want to go big right off the bat. Because if you put one in a zoo or something, man, you'd make some money off a woolly mammoth. Here it is, a woolly mammoth.
The San Diego Zoo, they had like giant, sculptures or statues of what it would be in real life. Like,
they're pretty big.
Yeah. Also, polar bears, massive.
Yeah, polar bears are big.
But the mammoth, they will absolutely colossal.
They will kill you. And Colossal, the company, they are in their process to make these woolly mammoths. And in the meantime, they made a woolly mouse. And
oh, stop it!
I am a fan. No tusks, but it has really, really, really long mouse hair.
That is
so cute.
Weird.
I'll put this up on See It Now.
Both of them, if you just had a wire in between, you could use them as headphones.
They're adorable, these little guys. So they've made these little woolly mice as part of their process running up to making the woolly mammoth.
And they're related to the woolly mammoth?
No, they're just woolly.
Okay.
They are woolly, yeah. That's true. In the research, which has not yet been peer-reviewed, they used a number of genome editing techniques to genetically modify fertilized mouse eggs and inject them into mouse embryos. The team focused on 9 genes associated with hair color, texture, length, and hair follicles, and they made these really hairy mice.
Here comes DNA hacking.
Yeah, we're right there,
hairy
man.
mice.
I'm going to put this up here so you can see this on See It Now, since it is a visual on the show. Hairy mice revealed is what it will say, and that is up for you over on See It Now over on thenewsjunkie.com. If you've never been, go to the website, find the menu, and presto bango, you're going to see these woolly mice over on thenewsjunkie.com in the See It Now section. I like them. I'm a fan. All right, we got to take a break before we come back with your dispatches. We got to talk about this. Believe it or not, I didn't think we'd be doing this, but Justin Bieber has popped up in a story again, and I think there's some interesting angles. But more importantly, before we get to that, 30 L.A. County officers have been charged. They were responsible for what they called a Gladiator fight club. And
I'm listening.
That seems like a thing we should talk about.
This is
Sparta. We'll do that. It's a mini version of it with these young folks. Gladiator fights at L.A. County facilities. What went down? We'll find out. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Traffic starting to pile up on International Speedway Boulevard by the interstate. There's an accident on Severin Boulevard near Bear Lake Road, an accident on John Young Parkway southbound before Florida's Turnpike, and events blocking lanes on U.S. Highway 1 southbound at Destination Daytona Lane by the interstate there. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by the Florida Department of Transportation. Hey, listeners, before celebrating St. Patrick's Day this year, remember to plan ahead and know all your options. If you drink, don't get behind the wheel. Instead, designate a sober driver or catch a ride service. And if you are the designated sober driver, commit to staying sober. Don't let your luck run out.
Thank you for making Mercedes-Benz of South Orlando one of the premier luxury dealerships in Central Florida. We are the official dealer of luxury, providing the ultimate VIP experience at a price you can afford. Call Monica Ventura at 689-319-7680. That's 689-319-7680. We guarantee you will be treated like VIP and nothing less. Across from the mall at Millennia.
Daytona Bike Week is back. February 28th, March 9th. There's no better place to celebrate than at the iconic Daytona International Speedway. Home to the area's largest motorcycle marketplace with top manufacturer displays, top-of-the-line gear, custom bikes, and more. Plus, free demo rides and all the excitement of Harley-Davidson Thunder Rally. It all culminates Saturday, March 8th with America's most historic motorcycle race, the Daytona 200. Daytona International Speedway is the place to celebrate Bike Week.
This is Ben Bullen from Stuff They Don't Want You to Know. Folks, we bet you know at least a handful of people that are taking Ozempic, semaglutide, or other similar medications, and they're doing so for good reason. These are groundbreaking ways for changing quality of life, and Future Health makes accessing them simple, safe, and affordable.
Yeah, obesity affects roughly 42% of U.S. adults, according to the CDC. And I am actually someone who's struggled with weight loss in the past, and I've had great results from trying some of these GLP-1s in the past myself.
Just take their quick 3-minute survey. From there, if approved by a clinician, you'll get prescribed and get meds delivered to your door within 24 hours.
So don't delay. Find out if weight loss meds are right for you in 3 minutes at tryfh.com. That's tryfh.com.
Tryfh.com.
Future Health is not a healthcare services provider. Meds are prescribed at provider's discretion. Results may vary. Sponsored by Future Health.
Did you know that virtual dolphins could be the key to managing stress? Or that electronic music could save the world from malaria? Believe it or not, it is all true. And you can hear these stories plus many more all this week on Part-Time Genius as we count down the 25 greatest science ideas of the past 25 years. It's a week full of fact-packed episodes you will not want to miss.
NASA scientists have already fast-tracked another important use for black fungus, protecting astronauts from cosmic radiation.
Open your free iHeartRadio app, search Part-Time Genius, and listen now.
Have you heard about Florida's new local gold currency? Goldbacks are real 24-karat gold in a cash-like form. Today, we're joined by Jeff from Goldback to tell us more. Jeff, can you explain what goldbacks are?
Absolutely. Goldbacks are physical currency made of 24-karat gold. Because the gold is inside the currency itself, it holds real value and naturally resists inflation.
So they're not just for collecting, you can actually spend them?
That's right. There are businesses right here in Florida that accept them as payment, just like cash. They're designed to keep wealth local, support independent businesses, and give you the freedom to use sound money.
That's amazing. And I heard you're giving these away for free. Is that true?
Yes. To celebrate the launch of the Florida Goldback, we're giving away free half Goldbacks to Florida residents. All you have to do is visit freegoldback.com, verify your Florida address, and we'll ship it to your home. No fees, no gimmicks.
Real gold completely free. That's incredible. Florida, don't miss out. Visit freegoldback.com today to claim your free half Goldback before they're gone.
Florida just got its own local currency, the Florida Goldback, and you can get one for free. Goldbacks look like cash, but they're made of pure 24-karat gold, so they resist inflation and preserve your purchasing power. To celebrate the launch of this local currency, we're giving away free half Goldbacks to Florida residents only while supplies last. Claim your free Florida Goldback before they're gone at freegoldback.com and get it delivered to your Florida address absolutely free.
Hey, Russ Rollins here for a company that I really do believe in. It's Life Imaging FLA. I believe in them so much that I did start the Carla K Cancer Screening Fund. For those who might need some financial assistance, getting a full-body scan for cancer. Now, what's great about Life Imaging FLA is they make that super affordable, but they also have been giving away free heart scans for a couple years now. And the free heart scans they've been giving away have saved the lives of several of our listeners. It really is amazing. If you want to get a free heart scan, because really, early detection of heart disease and cancer is a game changer in terms of treatment and outcome. If you want to get that free heart scan, pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250, say the words free heart scan. There's a few minimum requirements, but this is a $699 value that is definitely worth it. And when you give them a call, you're going to have the option to receive a one-time auto dial text message from iHeartMedia. Pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250, say the words free heart scan. You'll be connected in seconds. Make sure you tell them Russ and the Monster sent you to Life Imaging FLA.
Are you a business owner, CEO, or responsible for marketing? If you are, iHeartMedia can help you reach your goals and find new customers. We reach more consumers in your target area than anyone else, and we can give you access to those potential customers more cost-effectively across radio, digital, podcasting, and social. We'd love to show you how iHeartMedia can work for you. Get started today by calling 844-844-iHeart. That's 844-844-iHeart.
In St. Augustine, Ponte Vedra, it might feel like there's not enough time to take everything in. Because once you're done exploring 42 miles of pristine coast, marveling at historical architecture, and enjoying world-class food, it'll be time to check out and head home. But that's okay. You can always stay just one more day. Visit FloridasHistoricCoast.com to learn more. It's about time.
We know you're loving the new preset feature on the new and improved iHeartRadio app.
So cool, thank you.
But did you know that you can make almost anything a preset? Your favorite local station, sure. But your favorite podcast, that amazing playlist you made for free, even iHeart stations you can't get on the radio, like Freeform Radio and Alternative Rewind.
That's a game changer.
Whatever you choose, it's as easy as a tap to make a preset. Find out what everyone's talking about and get the new and improved free iHeartRadio app today.
Tackling sensitive subjects with unparalleled irreverence.
Hey, and that means you share the show. Tell somebody about the News Junkie radio show or the podcast or the live stream. That's all well and good because this show is those three things: a radio show, a podcast, and a live stream. Thank you for joining us, however which way you have decided to, whether you're listening on the radio, whether you're listening on the podcast, or whether you're a live streamer. If you're on the live stream, on iHeart in particular, make sure you put this station as a preset. It's not a lot of work for you, and it's definitely something that helps us out. So take a moment and do that. That is more convenient for you moving forward. If you're a podcaster, keep subscribing, give us a review, all of that good stuff. And if you listen live, well, thank you. You are just delicious, aren't you? It's good to have you there. Okay, Justin Bieber, I don't know what's going on with him. There's people who are worried about Justin Bieber. I think
he looks a little crazy.
Do you see him with a bong? He was like smoking a bong.
Was it a bong or a blunt? Blunt.
The thing I saw, he was like moving around. Hang on.
The first clip I saw is he was like at an event, and someone was taking footage of him talking to somebody, and he was doing like this crazy, like someone who's on, I don't know, cocaine that's cut with something.
Yeah,
Smile.
he looks a little out of it. He looks a little crazy. He has a bong. In this one that I see, he was riding around on this bicycle, and then he just takes out
a bike bong.
Yeah, full-size bong out in the outdoors, and he takes
Where
a
is he
rip off
keeping
this
the
thing.
bong if he's bike riding here?
Well, it's a special kind of bike that has a bong area where
bong
water,
holster?
Yeah, where
That seems
instead of a water
precarious.
bottle, you got a bong.
And that's a little dangerous, but they're saying that this kid is not doing well these days.
Looks like a nice bong.
Father.
He's 30, I know. Yeah.
He
It's
has
his
a
dad.
child.
That's true. Yeah. So he didn't go to any of the Oscars parties or anything, and they say he was just doing drugs. And this is what happens. This is the inevitable outcome, friends. We did away with all of those very powerful series about the dangers of doing drugs, and now kids don't know they're dangerous anymore.
Yeah.
And they end up becoming whatever this is, whatever's happening right now for him. We need to bring back those very scary documentaries. Those are important to us.
I mean, I grew up on those, and it's weird to say, but that Justin Bieber is only, 5 years younger than me.
Yeah, it's true.
But the only thing that those commercials did for me was create some sort of laugh. Like the couch melting was ridiculous.
How are you going to pry all that Bieber out of your couch?
The egg, that's your brain.
It's your brain on drugs.
Made me just want to have breakfast.
Wasn't
after
that
a bong
Rachel
rip.
Lee Cook?
I believe it was.
She's hot.
Cooked.
Have you seen Wasted? Did you ever see that one? It's really old. It's so
Wasted.
great.
But I've also seen Intervention, and Walking on Sunshine was like, okay, won't do air dusters. Got it.
Those are more effective in some ways, but they used to hammer it home. They used to sit the kids down in school, and they'd go, drugs are bad. And let me show you why. This is an example.
It's a long way back from nowhere to where I am today. It's hard to believe that not very long ago, I lived my life for drugs.
Oh, yeah?
I was an addict.
Playing soccer?
Not addicted to any one thing, but to everything I could get my hands on.
Oh, man, this kid was really in it.
I just don't understand the footage of the soccer in the background, too.
Because that's how you know he's recovered. He's not doing drugs anymore. He's playing soccer.
Show the footage of him on the drugs.
They don't have any footage of that, I don't think.
Exactly.
Maybe they
From pot to pills to alcohol to speed. Getting off drugs is so painful. A lot of people don't make it.
But I did it with
was
high
lucky.
shorts.
I survived.
Oh.
And today I live my life for me.
Are we even sure at this point which of the soccer players used to be addicted to drugs?
I have no idea. I honestly think it's the referee who
they got
did
real
not
short
make the
shorts
call
on.
in time. They had to go to a second part, a cut and redirect of the camera.
This guy was doing speed. He was doing all this stuff.
Speed again?
Speed would be meth, modern day equivalent.
like
right?
uppers. Yeah.
And that's what he was up
A
to.
lot
He
of
said
those.
whatever he could get his
I
hands
remember
on.
how it was.
Oh, here he is.
First time I got high, I was 8 years old. And this guy that was a lot older than me.
What'd he give you?
Turned me on to some pot.
Uh-oh.
Boy.
Gateway.
And from then on, it was really downhill. You know? I'm not saying that
Those
what
uppers
happened to
would be
me
uphill, but
happens to everybody.
But
all I'm saying is from then on, it was downhill.
Man, this is why
seems
Justin
like he's on
Bieber is a
something
mess.
right now.
You think he's still high? It's like
I'm telling you, man, some ain't right.
part of his probation was like, you got to do this video.
I guess I'm reading one of the articles about Bieber here. Did he post on his own Instagram this bong picture?
I don't know where it came from. I just saw this snapshot of it, and he's like hitting the bong in the public area.
And they were like, "Oh, this is sad to watch. It's even more disturbing to follow. And, kids look up to you. You're supposed to be a role model. You're a father." And then there's one person that was like, he's a celebrity. 75% of the world smokes weed. Blah blah blah. And this last one, and I was like wondering if more people thought this. Said, "Y'all are effing tripping. It's not weed. It's crack cocaine. Do you smoke that out of a bong?"
That's a big crack hit.
You probably would not smoke crack out of a bong unless you were a really advanced crack user.
Well, listen, if you have the means of one Mr. Justin Bieber, you probably have some money to get your hands on a decent amount of crack.
Maybe this kid was doing crack. Or maybe this is predating some of the crack stuff.
He was my little brother, and he was sweet, and he was funny, and he was real involved with his friends and sports. And then one day, he was different.
Oh, we got
It's
a
hard
cartoon.
to watch someone you love destroy themselves, and it's more hard to watch someone you love destroy themselves and pull everyone down with it.
These were so
and that's
great.
what Tim was doing to my mother and I. When Tim started getting high, and when his behavior changed, and his attitude changed, even his looks changed. His
Yeah, you get that drug look. You don't want that.
What, you gonna look like a caricature?
Even his look changed. I just look at him and tell him he was on drugs. It was very clear to me. We need to bring these back. I really like them. Drugs and drug documentaries alongside of them. The battle of the two.
The soccer player kid did sound like that one friend that everybody had at some point in their life that didn't have a particular drug just as long as it was drugs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he didn't care what kind it was.
Something to party. He's
They're not fun to hang out with anymore. Because he had to do all of them.
He did pills. He did speed. But it all started with the weed.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't mean for that to rhyme, but you know what happens.
It rhymes perfectly enough for another anti-drug commercial.
Very quickly here before we got a break. 30 Los Angeles County Detention Services officers are facing criminal charges. That's right. I said 30 LA County Detention Services officers are facing criminal charges. Why? For allegedly facilitating what they called gladiator fights between youths.
Are you not entertained?
County Juvenile Hall.
Nailed it.
Thank you.
California Attorney General Rob Bonta announced the unsealing of a grand jury indictment accusing the officers of child endangerment and abuse, conspiracy and battery, impacting 143 victims between 12 and 18 years old. They said
if you won, did you get out of jail sooner?
Let's see. They said they encouraged 69 fights that they set up between these young kids. And they said in some of the footage, it showed 8 probation officers standing idly by while a group of teens attacked a 17-year-old. Some of the officers are laughing, shaking hands with the young people involved. They look more like referees or audience members at a prize fight and not adults in charge. These folks are now facing criminal charges and are in big, big trouble.
Can't have fun anymore, huh?
It's outlawed, completely illegal, but we got more to get into before we wrap things up here today. We still got this body cam footage. We'll hit on that. I wanted to talk about this Millie Bobby Brown thing because I thought it was a really interesting conversation. We got to check in on the Pope, see how the Pope is doing out there. And you, if you want to sing for us and the Pope on the way out, that would be very, very nice. Do that, please. Go to thenewsjunkie.com.
It was a lot of context, yeah.
All right, quick break. When we come back, we'll get to all that and more. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is the Jim Colbert Show.
Today on the big show, Sabby from the News Junkie sits in with us. A man sues a theater for something crazy and wins. A surprise study about LSD. We'll do What'd You Do That's New. For trivia, it's race and movie tickets. And we'll end it up with It's Only Money with Scott Brown from Edgewater Family Wealth. Plus your calls, texts, and talkbacks.
The Jim Colbert Show, today at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
Happy Tuesday, Central Florida. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson, and today is going to overall be a quiet and seasonable day, a high of 78 degrees in Orlando. As we head into our Wednesday, though, it is a Fox 35 weather impact day. It will be a warm and windy day to start. We'll expect high temperatures in the low 80s. We are also going to be tracking a cold front, bringing with it the potential of a couple of strong to severe storms. Those have the potential of bringing some strong, damaging wind gusts, heavy rain, and the potential of small hail. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Lowe's knows that with job site delivery as soon as same day, you can get what you need without losing valuable time. They help, you save. Valid on eligible in-stock orders and select zip codes for same-day delivery. Subject to driver availability. Fees vary based on purchase. More terms apply. See lowes.com/same-day delivery for details.
To everyone who loves the taste of tradition, come enjoy a classic Wisconsin fish fry at Culver's.
I'm Genesis from Culver's in Claremont, Florida. And here, family fish fry is a part of who we are. We've been serving up fish fry favorites for over 40 years, all thanks to the Culver family roots and Wisconsin supper clubs, the place where the fish fry was perfected. If you're craving something crispy on the outside and flaky on the inside, you've got to try our hand-battered North Atlantic cod. It's perfectly seasoned and my personal favorite. Or if you're in the mood for a little extra crunch, our lightly breaded butterfly jumbo shrimp hits the spot every time. Whatever you order, I promise it will be made with love by a team who cares, because we want every guest to feel like family. That's just how we do it in Wisconsin. Dive into delicious with all your fish fry favorites at Culver's. From Wisconsin with love, welcome to Delicious.
Are you hiding your smile because of missing or damaged teeth? Solid Bite can help. With the latest techniques and technology, you'll be showing off your smile in no time. Call Solid Bite in Melbourne now to receive your free booklet. 321-259-8000.
Here in Orlando, we know life doesn't slow down for anything, especially a broken garage door. Since 2002, Precision Garage Door has been proudly serving the Orlando community. Local and reliable, that's what makes them different. Their vans are fully stocked, so when you call, their fully vetted techs are ready to provide you with same-day service. Whether it's a stuck door or a snap spring, they have you covered right when you need it most. We know a broken garage door can't wait, which is why we're always prepared to help by keeping our vans fully stocked. Call Precision Garage Door today or visit them online at PrecisionGarageDoor.com. Precision Garage Door. Garage doors done right.
Scott for Scots here. Your lawn is meant for all things bonus. Bonus relaxing, bonus playing, bonus beauty. But when dollar weed and clover are popping up everywhere, it's time to start cutting them back with Scott's Turf Builder Bonus S. It kills dollarweed and clover and feeds your grass so it grows thick and strong to crowd out future weeds. Now that's worth some bonus points, eh?
Get a bag of Scott's Turf Builder Bonus S today. It's guaranteed or your money back.
Feed your lawn. Feed it.
Fence Outlet customer Jean said,
Fence Outlet made the process easy. The team was very detailed. My fence was done right by getting all the needed permitting and finding my property pins. I've had so many compliments on my new fence.
Go to fenceoutlet.com to book your free estimate. License number C-10252 and C-10803.
Attention. If you suffer from consistent pain in your joints caused by arthritis, overuse, or injury, you may be a candidate for a revolutionary therapy that could revitalize damaged tissue. This approach can provide long-lasting relief from pain in your knees, shoulders, hips, and other joints with no surgery, no drugs, and no downtime. To find out if you're a viable candidate, you may request a free consultation from QC Kinetics by calling 689-305-2853. Instead of masking the symptoms, it goes to the root of the problem to resolve it at its source. Already used by thousands of satisfied patients nationwide, this joint pain therapy is available right now to the public, but only for qualified candidates. Again, to find out if you're a viable candidate for this therapy, you may request a free consultation by calling QC Kinetics at 689-305-2853. That's 689-305-2853.
Shoe Station is now open at Altamont Mall. Experience shoe shopping like never before. All the brands you love like Brooks, Birkenstock, Nike, and more. Don't miss Shoe Station's grand opening on Saturday, March 15th. Shoe Station now open at Altamont Mall.
When good things go bad, bad things make headlines. This is the new.
And today we're going to wrap everything up for a Tuesday. It's all coming up next here on the show. I do have to tell you something about a story that, did make the cut, but isn't in the stories that did make the cut.
Okay.
In between story today. This story that I saw I was like, oh, this is so weird, because the headline says, worst decision I've ever made. Man says his monthly mortgage payment went up by more than $2,000. And the final part of the headline is what got me. It says, then he calls out Ryan Holmes. And I'm like, wait, what?
Not a surprise, Ryan. Not a surprise.
I go, wait, hold on, wait. And it's this whole article about this company called Ryan Holmes. But like in the article, it says, why did Ryan Holmes do this?
I ask myself that all the time.
All of the things are like, I never should have got anywhere near Ryan Holmes. The things are
Ryan Holmes is a scam.
The whole thing was just people crapping on him. And it wasn't just Massey who had trouble with Ryan Holmes. There's a lot of people that are just dumping on him here in this article. So I support him, but there's some people lining up against him, it appears. Okay, before we do the final dispatches, some body cam footage that I teased. An officer had just got done arresting somebody for drugs.
The night of October 24th, 2023, when Deputy Marvin Morales conducted a, quote, suspicious subject stop. The report says he recovered drugs in a piece of tinfoil that he thought was meth. We now know it was fentanyl. He cited the suspects and left.
All right, now how do we know that it was fentanyl? That's the question we have. So he goes after these people. He thought that they had drugs. And then he goes, all right, let's see what we got going on here. Let me see if I can get this at the right point.
While you're looking for that, he cited the suspect and left? Yeah. Meth is something you can just get a ticket for now?
Well, I don't think you're supposed to. That's what led to the next problem here for these folks. So this cop shows up to this spot and goes in. All right, now the audio is going to pop on in a second here. We got to try to be fast with this. But he goes in and he's got to use the restroom real quick, I believe, or he's busting in. And then, boom, the other cop is underneath. Right, you'll see in just a second here, right there.
Oh, God. Oh,
that's the cop. He thought what he, no. Oh, yeah, his junk might be out, actually. Or unless they're censoring something else there.
Blurred right on his crotch.
He's on the ground. He took the meth they took from that guy. It wasn't meth, it was fentanyl. And he did it and OD'd. And this other cop came in there and saved him. He was
just going to do a quick little meth bump?
Yeah, I think so. He's doubled over. They are censoring his genitals.
Wake up, bro!
Wake up, bro. He's got a lighter in his hand and a pipe on the ground, meth pipe.
Jesus,
and he hits him,
man.
Hits him with an Arcan.
Yeah, where my car's at? He's coming too.
And now he's breathing. Crazy.
I mean, his genitals were out.
It looks like there's something censored there, so I don't know what else it would be. But that officer went from arresting somebody else for it to doing it and then to nearly dying in a bathroom stall, for God's sake. Okay, here we go.
If the pipe was confiscated or he just grabbed that too. I'll just take all of this.
He may have had his own. All right, let's do the final dispatches.
These are the final dispatches, but Sean will probably only play one.
Gotta move fast. Gotta move fast. We missed so many today. Somebody sent in this video of me and Diddy. This is not real. That's not accurate and real.
Want to play it again?
Oh
my.
Oh, boy. Oh, he's kissing you right in the nose.
That's weird, man. Stop sending those over. And that, you know what that is? That's going to have to do it. We'll save some of the other ones for another time. Probably not.
More
here we
kissing
go.
videos?
Let's get the hell out of here. Let's do Today I Learned.
The following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ.
Said kissing.
So don't get cocky. Now it's time for what we call Today I Learned.
It is Today I Learned for a Tuesday, March 4th, 2025. I got some good emails that I'll put away for tomorrow on the show.
Okay, lots of teasers.
And right now, we'll go over to this. Today I learned a woman wearing one of these uniforms.
Star Trek.
Star Trek is correct. Girl Scout. Could have been a Girl Scout uniform, but no, not in this case. A woman wore a Star Trek uniform while serving on a jury. Barbara Adams was her name. Wore the uniform, including a phaser, tricorder, and a comm badge. Every day of the court case, she was sent home, but not for her Star Trek outfit, but because she was talking to the press whilst the case was going on. Said you can't do that. Today I learned about the Caterpillar Club. What is that?
Move on.
The Caterpillar Club is an exclusive club for people who jump out of a failing aircraft and survive using a parachute. Didn't know you could get in that. But if you're in a plane...
Sounds a lot like the Turtle Club. Turtle.
You should feel bad about yourself for that one.
I'm with you. See you later.
Caterpillar Club, there you go. Now you know about it. Today I learned there's a chief calligrapher in the White House. Job includes inviting or writing invitations to dinners, greetings, and proclamations. That position earns you
computers are
over $100,000 a year. The person is the White House calligrapher makes 6 figures.
Is that taxpayer dollars?
And finally, all of it is today I learned this guy right here, this band. Top Loader. Top Loader is correct. Dancing in the Moonlight. You might know the song title. This song was written after a vicious assault on the songwriter and his girlfriend in the island of St. Croix in the Virgin Islands. They said him and his girlfriend were on the beach sleeping, and they were attacked by a street gang. The writer was severely beaten by 5 gang members with baseball bats. His girlfriend was sexually attacked by the gang leader, and then they fought